Eccoci qui. Forza Milan, siamo venuti fin qua. Siamo venuti fin qua a vedere il segnare Cacca. Remember those days?
Yeah, man.
Those
Those
were nice
days.
days.
I thought never gonna end those days. And they're
Right.
gonna be there.
Look at where we have become. Look at what things have become. Look at what things have become.
Yeah, I would say hi to everyone. Ciao,
What's
ragazzi.
up?
Thank you
Ciao.
for
We
being-
got Carlo over here in the house.
Yeah.
Saif, what's
Oh,
up, my
thank you, man.
friend? What is up?
How are you, Roy? How's your mood?
I'm in a pretty good mood, actually. I'm in a pretty good mood.
I'm as well. I'm in a good mood as well, considering the situation. And I'm not. I always say after a bad defeat or a bad, result, you understand a lot of things. You understand, and it's clear some stuff. So that's a good thing. And still, Champions League is open. It's
Yeah.
is in our hands.
Right.
I believe we have a small advantage on Atalanta. The fact they're
Yes.
playing tomorrow helps us a lot, and the fact that they are not playing for anything for real. You know what I mean? So even if they play for real, they still don't have the motivation we are going to have.
Yes, sir. That's true. That's
That's
true.
important. I knew Cagliari game. I knew after 15 minutes that we're not going to win that game. Like even if we play for 5 hours.
After 15 minutes, you
Yeah.
knew already.
They were so
Okay.
scared, man. You can see they were really scared. The players
Yeah.
were really scared. So
I could tell too. I could tell too.
of course
You
you
could
can solve that game with a penalty or with a free
Mm.
kick or a corner, something like that. Of course, even if you're scared, you manage to do a goal and everything changes.
And there was a penalty that should have been given to us.
Yeah, but this is the moment of the season when penalties goes just to Juventus or same old teams,
Yeah. You think it was there was some dirty things going on there?
I mean, against the Inter, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Against the Inter, for sure. I don't know, but Juventus always is politically influential to the referee, committee or how you want to call that.
Right. They are the ones that run it.
It feels like sometimes it feels like. I mean, you can see that game. The fact that he gave the penalty straight away, and then didn't go and check the VAR, which is weird. It's such an important penalty at the end of the game. Juventus Inter, you go and check the VAR anyway, just to make sure you make the right decision. Because he was far away, he wasn't even close and saying, you know what, I'm not checking the VAR.
Which penalty?
Which
penalty? The Cuadrado penalty?
Yeah, the Cuadrado penalty.
Okay.
He was far away, so you as a referee, even if you're sure, you go and check it. If you're close, you're like, oh yeah, I was there, I saw that. But yeah, the other thing is we had to win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
We know that. We know how Juventus operates, so we had to win anyway.
Yeah. But what about the penalty that was supposed to be given to us against Cagliari?
I wasn't expecting anything favor, on us. It's just how Italy works, man. I've never seen a referee decision punish an entire season for Juventus. I haven't seen that in 33 years of my life. I don't remember a referee decision that punished the entire season of Juventus. They told Juventus, you're not winning the Serie A or you're not going to Champions League. Never seen that. I've seen it in Champions League, but I haven't seen it in Serie A still.
Yeah. And we've seen it against us. Remember the Montari?
I've seen it against us. I've seen it against Roma, Lazio, Inter, all the clubs in Serie A. I've seen a referee mistake that decided the entire season, that didn't help them achieve their goals. But with Juventus, I don't remember last time Juventus there was make a referee mistake that Juventus lost the how you call it, the Serie A, or lost any goal with that season. I remember Collina.
It's good to be king.
You remember Collina deciding to play the game against Perugia?
No.
When it was raining a lot?
Mm-mm. What is this?
You don't remember Perugia Juventus? It started rain a lot.
No.
Oh,
when was this?
That's a big one. It was when Ancelotti was the manager of Juventus.
Oh, so that 2001, 2002?
Something like that. And
2001,
it was the last game. Perugia, Lazio won the Serie A at that time. And it was this last game, Perugia Juventus, and it started raining a lot the last 20 minutes. Juventus needed a win. And Collina decided after 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, to say, you know what, we're playing. We finished this Serie A. We're not going to come back and play the last half an hour. And Juventus draw, and they never won, I think, the league.
Yeah, I don't remember that particular incident. I don't remember that. But hey, it is what it is. So one thing real fast, like some sites show Milan 4th and other sites show Milan 3rd. So what's the story here? Are we 3rd or are we 4th? Because on Sunday, the Gazzetta was showing us 4th. Then the Milan website was showing us 3rd. And then I heard people saying that we are 4th. Other people saying we're 3rd. Today, like I'm looking at the tables, the Serie A says 3rd.
The official one, yeah?
The official Serie A says 3rd. This one right here. So he puts us on 3rd. But yeah, Sunday it was saying 4th. So I don't know if it was a mistake or what's going on, but we're 3rd, right? It's 3rd.
I don't know, man. I don't think we can manage to finish 3rd, or I think the only way we can manage 4th or 2nd.
Right. Yeah. We're going to get into that in a second.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Right. So Sunday was a very emotional game. You know, after that 90th minute whistle, it felt like it felt very sad, felt very depressing, and we heard a lot of people come in, and a lot of people. Ari came in, said his piece. I said mine. The chat said theirs, but we did not hear from Laert. From the magical Laert. So Laert, tell me what you thought about Cagliari Milan. Analyze this game for me in detail.
Well, I think everyone said everything. There is nothing new to say about the game or the situation we are living at the moment. It's just, as I was telling you before, after 15 minutes, the game gave me that vibe that we're going to struggle a lot. That we can play 5 hours, we're never going to score. I had that feeling. The players were scared, most of them. And I saw in a pretty good shape Tomori, Calabria, Kier, Teo Hernandez as well. Kessie, well done. And Benacer was doing good as well. Of course, he got the yellow card, so he had to leave the game to get changed, substitute from Meite.
Yeah.
But yeah, the important piece of our team wasn't there. The striker, the wings, and number 10, they were not connected to the game and to how important was that game for us.
Right.
They got scared. They shit themselves, basically.
Why do you think they got scared? Like, what is your explanation for them getting scared?
Because they are, I can say for Brahim Diaz, is still too young, maybe. He doesn't have the experience. But what I can say about Rebic and Hakan and Selemaker, which is young, still him is still quite young. They are still average player, man. They are not built for these type of games. They are not ready to play such an important game. Even whatever the opponent is, they are not good enough to play a heavy pressured game. You know what I mean?
Tell me something though. Why is it that we played such a great game against Manchester United, but we couldn't do the same against Cagliari?
Because there was no pressure with Manchester United. They knew they were the underdog. They knew no one is gonna tell them anything if they lose against Manchester United. So they just play their game and that's it. With Cagliari, it was the opposite. They had to win. They had just one result, and they knew if they don't get that result, everyone is gonna get mad. And so that's the whole problem.
Yes, yeah.
No. I've been saying that all season. Players like Akan, they're not good for enough for AC Milan. Not even for 1 million salary a year. It's not good.
Damn! Yeah, we got a lot of Hakan outs here, and so are you, Laird. So a lot of people agree with you.
I say that a long time ago. I say that like when, of course, when we were struggling. I just realized the guy is not relevant when the game is tough and difficult. He is relevant when all the team is playing well and we're having a great day. But when the day is tough and difficult, he's not showing up. So we don't need a player like this. We have another 22 already. We need a special player, somebody that shows up when the other ones are struggling and decide the game, or at least gives you that impression that he's trying.
Got you. Yeah. As a matter of fact, David Romano says Laert was Hakan out before Hakan out was cool.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, that's a nice joke. Unfortunately, it's not nice to say someone you're not good enough. You know what I mean? It's not easy to say to Romagnoli, listen, you're not fast enough, so Tomori is going to play. Or telling Akan, you're not good enough because this team deserves a better number 10.
Got it. Okay, well, I'll be, as per usual, the guy on the other side, just to make things interesting. I'm still Hakan in.
Okay, we needed that. We need someone.
I'm still Hakan in, but I also have come to the conclusion by myself, in my own mind that, I want Hakan to achieve with the team what they need to achieve this season. And then if the roads partake, it is what it is. And I'm okay with that, whoever comes in and replace him, it's going to be fine. It's going to be, I'm sure the dirigenza, the Milan management is going to pick the right player if Hakan doesn't renew. But if he does renew, I'm not going to be too angry about it. Let's put it that way.
I'm not angry to Akan because some people are really angry to Akan, and I don't understand that. He's not making the decision to say I'm going to play today. It's Pioli that is making that decision. It's Maldini and all the club that decided him to be in the squad and to be a relevant player. It's not him. He's like a football player. He wants to play, and he's gonna play if you put him in the pitch. So I don't hate Akan, and I saw a lot of people on Twitter really being mean to him on Twitter.
On his own account,
Yeah, tagging him or something like that. And it's not the point. That's really bad.
And it's not the moment either. Like this is the worst moment to go to the players and make them feel like shit. Yeah,
they already feel like shit. They already been working hard all season, and they're losing the thing. What is they're fighting for 9 months? So
yeah, and you could tell after the game, like the players know that they messed up. It's not like they tied that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't enjoy that. They that completely demoralized them. So adding on to that, it's not the right thing to do. I wish people were a little bit more like, it's okay if amongst ourselves we tell each other, but sending those messages just directly to him. If you're a Milanista, you're not a very smart Milanista. I'm gonna tell you that. But hey, Lart, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something real fast. Have you followed any new? Because as you guys know, I've gone on strike as far as news reports, as far as any of that kind of shit. I'm avoiding all news whatsoever. But are there anything? Has there anything come out in these last days that might destabilize the team, or any news stories that you know about that you could share?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen anything. Of course, everyone is talking about. Everyone was purely out, of course,
Purely
and
out, right?
I mean, again, it's not the right moment. Whatever is your opinion and whatever you think about Pioli or tactical decision, no one is going to fire Pioli this week.
Right.
No one. So it's pointless to talk about Pioli out.
And that is a great segue. That is an excellent. That is a great segue, Lart, because one of the post-match sentences that Pioli used that kind of made the rounds in the Milan universe is this particular sentence here. If we reach fifth, this season will not have been a failure. So let's attack this. Let's attack this quote. Do you agree with that? And what do you think about that?
So, first of all, people need to understand something because people got mad about that. People need to understand something. That interview comes at 15 minutes after you didn't win the most important game of your season at the moment. So the way you're thinking, it's not cold. It's kind of trying to defend your player and your team and to protect them for criticism and not put them down and say, "Oh, I have 22 idiots, and if we don't lose Sunday, it's gonna be a failure." You cannot say that,
Right.
and you cannot say as well, "Oh, we are a great team. If we don't lose Sunday, it's gonna be a failure." You cannot say that because try to tell KC that each season was a failure, or try to tell Tomori, Kier, Teo Hernandez, or Calabria, "Oh, your season was a failure. You didn't do anything good this season." You cannot say that to them because now we have a different team what we was a year ago. I really genuinely believe we have a good team that even if we go fifth, we can do something important next season. Before this year, I didn't believe that. I thought, what we're gonna do with the right wing? What we're gonna do with the central back? What we're gonna do with the midfielder? Because he was a good young perspective, but it wasn't good enough. Or what we're gonna do with the striker? Is it Ibra good enough, or we need another one? At least after this season, we know we achieved something great. We made 25 games at the top level. We've been second for 37 games, which is something you can start to build from next season. But it's better if you are in Champions League than you're in Europa League, because everyone knows how much I hate Europa League.
Yeah. But I mean, I agree with you that he kind of had to say that for the cameras because in that moment, I guess, I don't know. It depends on the coach. Maybe a Mourinho would have said, yes, it is a failure. Maybe not. Maybe Mourinho would have protected the players even more, actually. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what another coach would have said. But I do understand what you're saying. It's the cameras. It's 15 minutes before, after the game. Emotions and the tension is still high. So he's trying to mitigate and protect, the club and the players, etc. But let me ask you, Lart, do you think he really meant it? Because the clubs are.
No, he didn't. He knows he's a failure if he doesn't go top four.
Yeah,
He knows him professionally. Him as a manager, he knows that he had enough advantage to manage, and finish top four. He knows that, or he knows that he could have done better, speak better to his players, and perform better against Cagliari. He knows he didn't do a great job for that game, but he still cannot say, "Oh, it's gonna be a failure," because it's like telling people you have to win or you're shit next Sunday.
Yeah, and he's also protecting himself. Also, he's also protecting himself in a way. I kind of this. It's unfortunate that the statement is kind of in the ether right now because it brings up a lot of discussions. I mean, the truth is, you're right. If we don't make the 5th place this season, it is a failure. And that's the way it is. Nothing can change that. The objective was 4th place. I know we're contending on it with 7 other teams, but yet again, that was the objective. And if they don't make it 5th, this season was a failure. It doesn't mean that Milan is over. It doesn't mean that now we have to become desperate. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that this season came out to be a failure, if that becomes the case. Let me read some of these comments, and then we'll move on to some other topics. Carlo Moretti says he shouldn't have went out for interview. Club should have kept him away from press because obviously we're going to grill him hard about CL.
I want to say something. They have to do that because when they sign agreement with the TV rights, they have to, somebody from the club have to talk with the TV.
Yeah, it's in the contract. It's in the contract, right? Sometimes you do have the silencio stampa. I don't know how those work, actually.
You pay a fine, and it doesn't. And you can always send somebody else from the club to talk for you.
Gotcha. And let me ask you one more thing. Silencio Stampa, like this was not the kind of game to go Silencio Stampa, right? Because it wasn't a tragedy. This game wasn't a tragedy, right?
Yeah, and you have to plan it in advance. That you have to tell them, listen, this weekend this person is not going to talk with the press. You cannot just show up and that's it. And yeah,
gotcha. That is where
people are gonna say he's not brave enough. He's hiding.
Yeah, right.
Whatever he says, if you don't like him, if you think Pioli out, whatever he says, you're going to find a way to go against him.
That is definitely true. Saif Najjar says, this is what Lard is wrong. The top 4 was in our hands and we bottled it. I hope we make it up on Sunday. I don't think that's what Lard said. That's not what you said, right?
I just said it was a failure, but you cannot say it publicly.
Right. That's what Lard said, exactly. Carlo Moretti, 30 points at home is terrible, Lard. It is terrible. It is definitely terrible. But guys, Lard did not agree with Pioli. He said what I think that's what Pioli did. He did it because that's what he has to do. Okay, Amir says, Roy, do you think we have a better starting 11 now compared to the first match against? Yeah, of course we do, for sure. Right, Lard? Because in that Atalanta game, we had to put Meite as the center for as the attacking midfielder, Calabria as the pivot, and all that stuff, So
yeah, we have a good enough team to win against Atalanta.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to get into that in a second. It will be more worse next season. Teams like Juventus, Lazio, Napoli, and Europa with Mourinho would be a different team and they would perform better. It's going to be more tough next season. Our right wing is more quiet than the UN on the Israel-Palestine conflict. David and Palestine for the sake of Milan, this live. Let's not speak about this. Hope you and your family are safe and well, bro. Okay. So, Lard, I want to talk a little bit about this game, and I want to go over the tactics, a little bit of what happened. And then we're going to move on to Atalanta, and we're going to open the lines. So, my analysis of this game, having had a little bit time to digest it and see what happened. The first thing I got to say is you're 100% right. The players were super nervous. The tension was high, okay? Now, the thing that I was very disappointed on, which goes out, does not go out in favor of Pioli, is that Pioli was also nervous. And we saw it. And I kind of read that in his subs. And,
he made a mess with subs. You were right. I was listening. He made a mess.
He made an absolute mess with the subs, and that could have been that could have cost us that goal. So let's look at the tactics, okay? So what happened? basically we had that first half where Milan was attacking from the center, right? And I don't know, for some reason, Pioli thought that that was not working. Okay, so what did he do? He took out Salamakers and he put in Leao on the left and he put Diaz on the right. But that Diaz on the right was such a big mistake because after 5 minutes, he realized, oh shit, Diaz can't play on the right. This guy is not covering. As a matter of fact, the moment that Diaz was on the right was the moment where Cagliari almost scored that goal against us, where João Pedro had all that space on the right to put in that cross and Pavoletti put in the header. And thank God Gigio Donnarumma saved that. So my question is, Mr. Pioli, you've been coaching this kid for a year now, for a full season, and it came to the 37th game where you haven't realized that Diaz can't play on the right. I don't know if Diaz can play on the right because I don't see him every day on training. You see him every day on training. How the fuck did you not know that Diaz couldn't play on the right? So first mistake. Okay, so then he changes everything because he wanted to keep Diaz. He needed Diaz's quality to run through the players and to create all those opportunities. That was the plan. But then he realized, oh shit, Diaz can't cover. So he puts out Diaz, and now he puts in Castillejo to cover for his mistake. And all of a sudden, the tactical landscape changes completely. All of a sudden, now the team is a wing play team. So now it's all crosses, and there's no one to connect for the crosses. And we looked at this the other day. Who is the best header in that mass of people? Where was the quality there? Godin, right? The best player to put to hit those headers was Godin. So we literally, Pioli played into Cagliari's qualities rather than keeping the game on the ground through the middle and just insisting through the middle. And then eventually you would have scored. We only needed 1 goal. We didn't need 7 goals. He should have just kept on going through the middle, and eventually something was going to happen. So Pioli made a mess out of that game, and this is the truth.
Yeah, no, it's he completely got wrong the first changes. I mean, I like the fact that he put Leao in on the left because Leao is always good on the 1v1. He has that game. We always say that on the left, Leao can be dangerous, especially you know that.
And he was.
Yeah, exactly, he was. But the good thing about Pioli that he realized in 5 minutes the mistake, even less, and he didn't. He was brave enough to do the change again. My problem with the Pioli, and I go back with the club and the ownership. My problem with that is that Pioli is not allowed. I feel he's not allowed to take off Çalhanoğlu, because I would take off Çalhanoğlu and keep Diaz in the middle and go with Castillejo on the right. But because Çalhanoğlu is our most important player in that position, he kind of had to keep him on the pitch, and that I don't like that. That's why I don't want him to renew, because I don't want my most important player that decides even the decision of the manager of changing is Çalhanoğlu. I want someone way more better than him, that you can say, you know what, I want to keep it, because even if he's not playing a great game, he can resolve me the game. But yeah, that's Pioli. Pioli should be brave enough and say, you know what, Çalhanoğlu is not good enough. He's not even renewing. His head is not focused. I'm keeping Diaz.
One thing for sure about that game, that Çalhanoğlu was definitely out of his comfort zone. He was not in his comfort zone, because you could tell his touches were too long, his decision making was suspect, his dribbling was off, his positioning was off. So he was definitely suffering the tension, and it is a shame because I think that. Okay, I'm going to say this, but this is going to sound harsh, Laird, but I think like a coach like Allegri, a coach like Sarri, a coach like that wouldn't have allowed the team to be so nervous.
Oh yeah, probably they are better on preparing the mental side of the game. They are better. But another thing is, I don't think these players are good enough to be prepared mentally, some of them. You know what I mean? Do you think Allegri would allow Çalhanoğlu to be in his team?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I don't know how. It depends because it depends on the coach. Maybe Çalhanoğlu would be a completely different player under Allegri. So that's something I can't tell. I really don't know. I don't know.
It's really hard. Going back to there was a comment, an interesting comment. This one.
Which one, Elliot?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
this comment is like Elliot already spent 200 million on transfer market, and he's like pissed off because we are not making a top four. Elliot hasn't put any money to the club to buy players. We are building a team with loans, players that were bought 4 years ago. Some players coming from the youth academy. So what Elliot is looking for? He doesn't have any right to say, "Oh, my manager should put my team on top four." He didn't spend money.
Yeah, true. And also, I got to be honest with you, Mika. So Mika writes, can Elliot really stick with a manager that falls off first to fifth in 3 months? 30 points in 19. Okay, the 30 points in 19 home games is definitely an anomaly. It's strange. It does make no sense. But in all honesty, the first position for all that period could be a little bit of an overachievement. The team was overachieving there. We couldn't have really expected Milan to stay first the whole season, and we don't know if he's going to finish fifth yet. So we'll see. We'll see. He might finish second. What happens if Pioli finishes second? Then it'll be a great season for Pioli. So Pioli now could either finish the season second and be a hero, or finish the season fifth and be a zero. That's where he's at. So we'll see. We'll see on Sunday how this goes.
I mean, seriously, Pioli can finish the season with 75 points. Am I wrong?
76, I think. 76.
Yeah, he's going to finish the season with more or at least 76 points, which is an amazing achievement, in my opinion, for the team we have in the season we've been. In other season, 9 out of 10, you go in Champions League with this point. That is just crazy. It's crazy that you're gonna make 79 points at the last game to go in Champions League. That is crazy. I don't think you can blame anyone for that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
68 points in Champions League other years.
Right. Objectively speaking, Pioli is still can have a great season if he plays his cards right. So there's a thing here that I wanted to address here. Davide Romano says, I want to dance on Gasperini's team. I hate that guy is going to come all out for us. Playing nice guitars and back there, Roy, and sweet longboard on the door, Lart, but still Pioli out. Look at our home record, for goodness sake. Our second. Yeah, the home record is definitely something to. Carlo Moretti says it was a hard game to watch. I agree with you, Carlo. We saw that game together. And why the hell was Benacer? Oh, this was the one that I wanted to talk about. The Mata substitution. And I'm going to just share my tactical board here for a second. And I'm thinking, because I thought about that. I thought about how can he mitigate the situation by taking out Benacer, right, and put it in Mata.
I really believe in the situation we are right now as a team. Our best player in terms of creativity and actually being dangerous and being solid in the middle of the pitch is Kessie. I will play Kessie as a number 10. I know he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play like a proper number 10, but he's gonna play that position. Like, do you remember Amsic used to play it?
Yeah. No, he can definitely play number 10.
Solid midfielder that is gonna go inside the box. He's gonna try to shoot. He's gonna try to dribble to get the pass, and he's solid. He's a solid player. He has always decision making. He knows where to put the ball. He's not rushing. I would put him in that position. But yeah, going back to Benacer.
Yeah. So check it out. So let's see. So basically, the way the team is set up right now is kind of like this, right? When they attack, Chala comes here in the middle, and Diaz stays in the middle. Chala comes over here. Diaz Teo comes up top, and it becomes like this, right? This is how the team has been attacking recently, this way. And this is great. I love this tactic. This tactical solution is awesome. I gotta give it to Pioli. Like, I give him an A+ for this tactical solution because it's beautiful, and it allows really beautiful, fluid football and nice passing, European football. Like, this tactical solution allows Milan to play European football. Now, when it comes to Mate and Benacer, I thought that if you're gonna put Salah here, right, and then have this kind of situation. Where is Leao? Rather than taking out the Diaz, what he could have done, and this is just a speculation, of course, nothing is for sure. But what he could have done, instead of taking out Benacer, instead of taking out Diaz, he should have put Mate in for Benacer right away, and then Mate could have covered for Diaz on this side. And at least you can keep Diaz in the game and keep being dangerous, going from the middle. So maybe he could have done that instead, and that could have allowed us to keep Benacer in the field. I mean, Diaz in the field.
A lot of people are asking why you put Mate instead of to Benacer. It's as simple as that. Benacer had a yellow card, and Cagliari is doing counter-attacking. We were really playing forward. So the danger of a tactical fall and a red card for Benacer was high. So he just decided to change it. And that's it. That's simple as that. Then Tonali is not fit enough. He had an injury, a small injury the week before. And Tonali is not Pirlo, he's not Cedar. So it's not. I don't feel like it's gonna change it so much. I don't feel like Pioli had so many choices to change the game. The whole mistake was in the beginning. The mentality we approached the game in the beginning. That's why I thought we're never going to change this game, because we don't have the right players to change the game.
Right.
It's impossible.
Let's see what our friends are saying. Let's go from last to... Okay, Pioli was too soft with players. Like, I never see him shot in the players. Play lazy. Yeah, that comes down to character. It was simple. Remove Hakan, play Diaz at 10. This is what you were saying. Play Diaz at 10 now. Yeah, it's still kind of the same though, because it's still kind of similar. You're still, if you have Hakan, Diaz, and Castillo, you're still playing for the wings.
No, exactly. I wanna say what we do now, in my opinion, with Atalanta is something you mentioned during the season, Roy, and I think is the right moment we have to do it, is to play how you say it, basically to kind of a park bus against Atalanta, but have players that can actually be really dangerous on the counter-attack. So the only way, and I've seen it, the only way Atalanta loses games, and they lost games in this season, was with a team that is parking the bus, or at least playing really defensive, like a proper unit all together, and going for the counter-attack.
Gotcha. I have my ideas about
it. Played like this. Even Real Madrid played like this.
Gotcha. Yeah. We're going to get into the Atalanta thing really soon, and then we're going to open the lines. So let me just read a few more comments. Let's see what our friends are saying. Let's see. Mika Kimber says, why does Pioli never play Jens Peter Hage? He has scored 6 goals. Man, that's a lot of goals for a player, but never played 6 goals. Between him, Leao, and Diaz, we could have gotten something. Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about Hage a million times. I don't know. Like, do you want to say anything about Hage? I don't have anything to say about Hage, to be honest.
Anything can happen in life. You can put Hage and he can score, or somebody else can score. But you can put Casti and he can score. And what are you going to say after? You're going to say, oh, no, you have to put Hage. So I don't think Hage is Ronaldinho or Kaká. So I don't feel like, oh, you're missing an opportunity. Such a big opportunity not putting him in the pitch.
Right. Antonio says, it didn't have to be this way. We could have beat Cagliari and everything would have been avoided.
Well, we know that.
Eastbourne says, if it can beat Juventus away for the first time at Allianz Stadium by 3-0 and Torino 7-0, you still think the team is not good enough? It's all on Pioli's who cannot handle the pressure. Good points.
But
Alan,
see, that's funny. When the team wins, it's not Pioli's achievement. When the team lost, it's Pioli's fault. I don't understand what is the logic of this thing.
No, I agree with that, Laird, because Pioli's tactics against Juventus were so good.
In my opinion, was all about Pioli putting Diaz that no one thought he's going to put in. The tactic was perfect, as you say. And the approach of the players was perfect as well. So it's a combined thing, not just the players or just Pioli. And the same thing is when you lose. It's a combined thing. It's not just Pioli.
Got you. Actually, Davide Romano, could you please let us know what he said? Because it seems like Pioli officially answered why he isn't playing hockey. Again, I'm staying away from everything newspaper related. All right. Okay. He shagged Pioli's daughter. That's why he's not playing. Castillo has 1 goal. Hage has 6 goals. Laird, stop it.
Okay, I'm not talking anymore.
Casti can score. Hope we defeat. Who's gonna win the Ballon d'Or, Laird?
Davide Calabria.
Yes, he deserves. Man, did you see fucking Mancini did not put Davide Calabria in the roster for the friendly against San Marino? Like, come on. No, you know what? I'm pretty sure Davide Calabria is going to go for the under-21s, and so is Tonali. Yeah, that's why.
Do you think?
Yeah, no, I know for sure. I think Calabria is a captain of the under-21.
I'm always sorry about players that don't get their national team call, But I'm quite happy. I mean, I want Calabria, Tonali, all of this to just go on holiday, get a 2 months holiday, come back with recharge and focus for the next season. No injury, no stress.
That's not gonna happen, because as soon as we finish this season here with the Serie A, the under-21 tournament is going to resume. So Gabbia, Tonali, and Calabria are going to be with the team. Colombo is going to be with the team too, and then right after the under-21 is finished, the Euros come into play, where I think it's just going to be Gigio Donnarumma. So I guess Calabria and Tonali are going to have a nice holiday. So yeah. Who's going to win the Ballon d'Or? Let me see. Fuck, I think De Bruyne probably is going to win it, because he's the media darling. Remember, the Ballon d'Or is an award in which the journalists vote for the player, right? It's not the players. That's the FIFA.
It used to be a few years ago, just the journalist. I'm not sure right now. I think there is even more other people involved at the moment, not just the journalist. But yeah, you're right. At least 10 years ago was just the journalist, for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I guess my guess would be David De Bruyne. It depends on who wins it depends on this final. It depends on the final. Okay, so just before opening the lines, Laird, let's talk about Atalanta, and then let's open the lines to all our amazing friends. So, what are your predictions? What do you think is going to happen? I have my ideas. I'm curious to hear yours. Go ahead.
Okay, I think if we get it right on the tactical side, this is such a tactical game, because if we play open, like always we play against Atalanta, it's a 50-50 thing. You can get 3 goals. If they are faster than you, better than you can get 3 goals. But if you play deep with I'm not saying parking the bus, but waiting them. You have to wait for them. They need to win the percentage of possession. The game has to finish with them 60% possession, us 40% or 30%, something like that. And always be dangerous on the counter-attack. That's the only way. So they're going to come up to your half, try to create a chance. You get the ball and you go straight away for the counter. Straight away.
Gotcha. Nice. And what do you think the outcome is going to be? Knock on wood. Cross your fingers.
If they play like this, we are winning 2-0.
Nice. Damn.
If they play like this.
Nice. Okay. And I'm going to give you my 2 cents in a second. I just want to read these comments because I'm reading some very interesting comments. Pioli Hashem, but he's pretty good at analyzing strong teams and very bad at analyzing shitty teams that play defensive. And this is something that Ari said on Sunday, and it's very true. Like when Pioli faces these well-organized defensive teams, well, not just he struggles to come up with tactics. The team struggles to. It's a struggle every time. But against these teams, the bigger teams, they seem to get it right most of the time.
That's the thing. If you see the AC Milan doesn't struggle with teams that actually play football. They play open. We struggle with teams that actually park the bus. And that's another thing I hate about that game. Milan against Cagliari remind me why I left Italy. Cagliari is a team that is not playing for anything, and he parks the bus. I mean, is that real?
They're playing for pride. They're playing for pride.
But play football at least. Why are you parking the bus? You don't need the point. You want to win, so you don't need the point. Why are you parking the bus?
Yeah, that's why it's not Spain. If it was La Liga or Premier League, it'd be an open game. But in Italy,
you watch the teams that don't have nothing to play. They play football now. They attack. They do all the things. Cagliari, I mean, it's serious. Is this real? For sure, they had like some bonus or whatever it is.
Yeah, they were celebrating. They were celebrating even before the game started. So Lewandowski. So Davide Romano thinks that Lewandowski should win because he got robbed last year. Benzema. If Benzema leaves Real Madrid, would you think it's a good idea for Milan? Yes, for sure. Of course,
but it's not going to leave Real Madrid.
Yeah, Benzema is maybe top 3, top 2 in that position. Who knows? But definitely up there. In case we don't finish in the UCL, who realistically leaves? That includes a coach. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think how it's called, Donnarumma is leaving.
Probably.
And is leaving as well.
Yeah, probably those 2 players. But I don't even know. I'm not sure. It really depends because things can change. Things are so volatile. They can change. I honestly have no idea. We'll see. Yes, Eastbourne, I agree. Ballon d'Or will depend on who's winning. Yeah, the Euros, we'll see. Pelegatti has come out and said Milan are interested in Giroud. Yeah. If we can get Giroud, we definitely need a number 9. Okay. So whether it's Giroud, whether it's a striker that has experience, someone that can play when Ibrahimovic is going to be injured.
Yeah, that's going back to Elliot. If he's bringing this type of player, which they are good, but it's not a clear message. I want my team to be for sure top 4 next season.
Gotcha.
That's not a clear message to me that you are investing in a way that you really want your team top 4.
Yeah, that's true. Carlo Moretti, if his salary is reasonable, it's a good idea, but he's too old to play 40 games a year. Mika prefers a young striker. Tez Falem says, Pioli needs to study film all week long. Yeah, for sure. And I bet he is. Davide Romano, you shouldn't have left Italy after... Davide Romano, I think he's talking to you, Larry. You should have left Italy after that Montari ghost goal game. Yeah.
Well, it was 2011. I left Italy in 2003. I left Italy a few years ago. Yeah, a few years after. Yeah.
Nice. Milan are not going to play counter-attacking football. We have seen in many games this season, and worse after getting on the final third of play. Plus, they're not quick enough. I'm going to tell you what I think about this Atalanta game in a minute. As soon as I finish reading these comments. Gasparini always outcoaches Pioli, though. Atalanta are like a better version of us. Giroud is a donkey. Safe Najar says. Amir says, do you think the match on Sunday is about the right tools or the right knowledge? Good question. I'm going to give you my 2 cents in a second. If Zidane is leaving, I guess there is a chance even Benzema might leave because Madrid, with a new coach, they're playing an overhaul of the squad. Yeah, possible. It's between Belotti or Icardi for me, not Giroud. He's too old. Yeah, Belotti. I'm not a big fan of Icardi because he brings a lot of nonsense with him. Belotti, I guess this Vlahovic seems to be the player that Milan is going for. So, yeah. Okay, Lard, I want to tell you what I think about this Atalanta game, all right? Okay? So, first of all, I want to say this. If Milan lose, for me, it's not the end of the world, okay? Because I mean, we've seen, at least for me personally, I can just talk about my personal experience. After the 1990 World Cup, after the 94 World Cup, after the 2000 Euros, after the 2005 Champions League final, nothing can be worse than that. So, for me, if they lose and don't make the Champions League, that is not even close to being worse as the losses that I experienced in those years there. So that's the first thing, okay? So if Milan lose, hey, still Milan for life, Milan per sempre, no matter what, nothing will change my faith and nothing will change anything. But this is what I think about this Atalanta game. I have absolutely no worries about this game. I have no fears whatsoever, and I'm very confident about this game. Against Cagliari, I wasn't that confident against Cagliari. There are some equations that weren't happening in my head. But against Cagliari, I feel very confident. And let me tell you why. Okay. So one of the reasons is we get to see Cagliari tomorrow. I mean, Atalanta tomorrow. So we get to see, we're going to see how
I cannot hear you, man.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So we get to see Atalanta tomorrow. All right. So we're going to analyze and see how they play. So tomorrow is a perfect opportunity for Pioli to study the team. That's one of the things. And the other reason why I'm not that concerned about this game is because this game is a Milan game. This is a Milan game. We are playing against a team that plays open football, that plays champions. He plays European football, and this is how we play. We play European football, and it's a European team against another European team. It's a champion. This is like a Champions League game, pretty much. So this is where Milan fits. This is basically Milan's pocket. And as long as Milan plays the way they played against Juventus, those same tactics, I'm not worried. I think it's going to be an open boxing match, and we're going to get the KO. We're going to get them. And I think Milan now they have nothing to think about. They have nothing to think about. There's no ifs, there's no whats, there's nothing. It's you go in there and you play your game. I don't think they're going to be scared. I don't think they're going to be worried. Atalanta is definitely not going to play parking the bus. It's going to be an open game, and this is the kind of games that Milan loves, open games. And I'm very confident that Milan is going to get the result.
I'm not very confident, but I think it's still AC Milan. It's still a great team. I like them. When they are in a good day, they feel like unbeatable. They move the ball quick, and I really trust. We have a great goalkeeper. The defense is good. Midfield, I like Kessie and Benacer. I think the only thing we have to change, because as you say, it's going to be an open game, and Atalanta is gonna play. He's gonna want to win, of course, but he's gonna play with the feeling that nothing's gonna happen at the end. You know what I mean? Even if it's gonna be like,
yeah,
it's completely fine. We are already on holiday, so yeah, we're gonna play great football without fear. They're not gonna be scared.
You can argue that Atalanta is playing for the second spot, which means a little bit more money. You can argue that, but it's not. It's not like, it's not a huge thing.
Now, at the end, if you're not winning, if you're Atalanta and you're not winning, they're not gonna push like crazy. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be our game. The last 15 minutes, if it's 0-0, they're gonna go for the counter attack.
I think this has all the ingredients to be one of those perfect Milan games. But hey, let's cross our fingers, knock on woods. Obviously, let's not jinx it. But it definitely that's the feeling I'm getting. That is what I am definitely feeling. And also, to be honest with you, Laird, I'm not too positive about parking the bus against Atalanta. I think we should. I really hope that Pioli does not go in there with a defensive team. If Pioli goes in there with a defensive team, then it's done. It's over. We're finished. If Pioli goes in there with an offensive team that plays football, ball on the ground, and it's a one-on-one contest, then I'm super confident. It's like I'm so confident. Nothing can touch my confidence. So that's actually how I feel about this game. This is a Champions League game. It's those kind of games. This is where Milan. This is a perfect game for Milan to express its kind of football.
I want AC Milan to play a bit defensive because I don't remember the last time we won a game against a team that plays 3-5-2. I don't remember.
Yeah, the threes in the back are
definitely lost against Lazio really badly. That they do that formation with a three.
Yeah. No, it's true. The three in the back has been a problem for sure this season, but it is what it is. I just have no fear at all. I have no fear going into this game whatsoever, and also that day. Again, I don't like to talk about this because I think this is kind of stupid, but that day is quite significant in Milan history. 23 of May. 23 of May. A lot of very important historical games for Milan have happened on the 23rd of May, but I don't really believe in that. I think that's kind of nonsense. But it's going to be. I'm very confident. Very confident.
I want to play. I don't want to hold the possession of the ball. I want to wait them and go in a counter attack. So I don't want to see players like Çalhanoğlu. I don't want to see. I want to see really quick players. They actually go and put and they finish the counter attack. So I don't want to have players that hold the ball and keep the possession. That's useless. We are not good enough at that on the last 30 meters. We are good when we go in a counter attack.
Well, they're not going to have a lot of. They're not going to park the bus, so they're going to give us space. Even when we hold the ball, there's going to be space. Basically, the way Atalanta plays is they defend by holding the ball. Very Spanish way of thinking, right? Very Spanish way of playing football. You defend by holding the ball. So they're going to have spaces. Again, I have no worries at all. Like, this is the perfect game for Milan. This is going to be the perfect game for Milan. Let's keep on going, and then let's open the lines. The only positive thing about Atalanta game is Hakan has been scoring against Atalanta the past 2 games at Bergamo. If Hakan wants to prove the fans wrong, this match is a perfect opportunity for him.
Hakan, if he scores 2 goals Sunday, still doesn't prove anything for me. He needs to leave. I value a player of the whole season. I don't value a player for 1 game. That doesn't exist. He's 27 years old. He can actually score 2 goals because he's a professional player against Atalanta. A lot of players have scored 2 goals against Atalanta. It doesn't mean he's an AC Milan player next season for me. People need to start think like this on the long term. Casillo can score a goal against Cagliari and we are in Champions League. Still, Casillo needs to leave AC Milan next season. That's how people think.
Okay. Guys, you've heard it here today. May 18th, Light is 100% Hakan out. Okay. Alan says the team which scores the most will win. I mean, Genoa scored 3 goals against Atalanta, guys. 3 goals. I mean, come on, Okay, let's keep on going. Every time Milic is a family problem, he puts his anger on Milan. I hope he and his wife are doing good. We have our Interista.
Supporter. We have an Atalanta supporter.
No, this is the Interista, our resident Interista that likes to come here and say hello. Carlo Moretti says, I want calcio champagne, a 5-0 win and Pioli to dance on the center circle. Yes, sir. Roy, 10 years without a trophy, 8 years without CL. Inter will be lifting Scudetto in our San Siro while we're missing top four. Inter will earn another Stella next year. No, I don't think they'll earn another Stella. We'll have to see. But, I mean, there's been many moments in Milan's history where we were struggling, where we didn't win anything. You know, it's the way it is. You can't win every single year. But Milan does have a tradition and has the hunger and has the will to look for those top cycles, and I think we will do it. Youssef Shankar, let's finish it where it started. It's written in the stars. And let's talk about, okay, I hate talking about this, but the 23rd of May is a very important date for Milan. A lot of big games have happened on that game. Champions League finals, Scudetto games that won us the Scudetto, games that have allowed us to qualify. It's a very special day in our history, but that means nothing. Okay, that means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. What we have to see is Milan go on the pitch and be Milan. All right, that's all that's important. Okay, let's see. Yes, Mike, Inter getting the Seconda Stella will be yeah, man, we have to win that Seconda Stella before Inter. I'm done with Icardi. He's very, very inconsistent. I want Lazio's Correa to replace him. How many times do you want the real team in Milan to save your ass? Well, you fuckers didn't. You guys let Juventus beat you. What are you talking about, Ishmael? All right, okay. All right, let's open the lines. Let's open the lines to our friends. Let's see what everybody has to say. We're going to start with one at a time, then add a few people here and there. So let's see what our friends are saying.
It's I really don't care what the other teams do. I mean, Inter can get a second star. I really want AC Milan to go in Champions League because 80% of the players deserve it, man. They've done everything they should be done. Right. I really want Calabria, Theo, Tomori, Kier to have a proper career, you know, to play at the level they deserve. They deserve to play in Champions League. Yeah. They are Champions League players.
And this year, they deserve it. They deserve it more than so many other years. They deserve it.
Kessie is better than Betancourt, man. I cannot see Betancourt playing the Champions League and Kessie the Europa League next season. It's just because it's fair, in my opinion. The player like Benacer, Kessie are so good. They are a Champions League player, and they're going to play Europa League next season. It's not fair. But I don't care what other team does. The other team, they can win 100 Scudettos if they make their happy.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's start with one person at a time. Whoever wants to get it off their chest, come on up. Let's see how many. Okay, Ishmael. The reason why.
So if there is any Italian who wants to talk and come over, that's not a problem.
The reason why Inter has won the Scudetto is because they've been a decent enough team to at least reach top four with a lot of luck. Milan have been the opposite, even with a good run. I mean, Inter, okay, you know, whatever. They had a great season, man. I mean, Inter had a great season. You can't really.
And people forgot how Inter went to Champions League 2 years in a row at the last day and the last minute. Do you remember against Lazio?
No, I don't.
It was the last game against Lazio. The last 10 minutes, they score a goal. They was doing 2-2. That's the way Inter went in Champions League. So,
gotcha.
You have to suffer if you want to win. That's the thing.
Yeah, you have to suffer. That's a good. Okay, we have Saif. What is going, Saif? How you doing, my friend? How's it going?
It's all fine, guys. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good, man.
Saif, get it off your chest.
You know, I don't know what. I was waiting a whole week, every minute, every second that passes by. I was waiting for the Cagliari game. I was trolling I have a Juventus friend, very close one to me. I was trolling him. Yo, Ronaldo's leaving. Can't wait to see you guys in the Europa League next season. And boom, the team goes and disappoints us, like they have been for the last 10 years. Again, I'm not surprised anymore. I'm really not surprised anymore. I want to start off by this, okay? we as Milan fans, like I cannot deny that the referee has helped Juventus a lot over the last years, but this is all irrelevant. We as fans always try to look for excuses and say, "Oh, the ref wasn't good enough." No, we're shit. We haven't been good enough for like 7 or 8 years now. We have to face the reality. And when we are actually good, the season was in our hands. Juventus' fate was in our hands, but unfortunately, the players did not show up. They showed that many of them have weak character, they're not strong enough mentally, and even if we make the Champions League, some of these players are not ready for it. Not even ready. They are not made for the Champions League. Yeah.
Uh,
So let's focus less on other teams being helped out, and let's focus on ourselves because we could have finished everything versus Cagliari. Yeah.
I agree with you with the fact that mentally they're not ready enough for the Champions League. But the experience, you build your mentality on the course of your career now. So I feel like the experience they are building up with the failure against Cagliari and hopefully the win against Atalanta is gonna change their mentality. Most of them are gonna get more confident. They are going to know how to handle this type of games for the next season or for their future. They know what does it mean because a lot of them are young. We forgot that they don't have the experience. They are 23, 24, so they have like 4 seasons of football in their life. So it's fair enough. But yeah,
Let
you're
me
right. We need to see the other team. We need to see ourselves and not the other team. We need to focus on
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, even in 2005, that team was super good. Like that team was crazy good. Maybe the best roster we had in that era was the 2005 era. But those 6 minutes, the Milan players fell asleep. So if that team can mess up, even this team of youngsters is allowed to have a few slip ups here and there. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate. It's
It's
unfortunate.
it's true, but those group of youngsters who we are talking about, many of them have topped the Serie A for 22 fucking rounds. Many of them, we beat Juve 3-0. We beat Torino 7-0. We beat Napoli in their home 3-1. Why the fuck can't we do that in the most important game of the season against Cagliari? A team that had nothing to play for. Nothing. They were saved. They
Because
relaxed. They were on vacation mode since the start of the game. I understand that they were playing defensive, but we cannot blame them for that. They didn't want to lose the game, and fair enough, they didn't.
and what are your thoughts about Pioli and how he approached the game? Since
Well,
you are
listen,
you're one of the 50-50s, right, when it comes to Pioli. So
yeah.
what is your position on how the game was approached?
Listen, we always I praise Pioli when he does well. I say that he's one of the most underrated managers in Europe, but when he does terrible, it's we have to call him out for it. It's one thing picking the perfect team, picking by name. It's another thing setting them up in the field. And we were set up from the beginning to fail against Cagliari. Like I could accept the first half. Yeah, we weren't playing well. He saw that there was no way for Theo or someone like that to make runs to try. There was no chance for it. Why didn't a guy like Mandzukic come in earlier than the 86th fucking minute? Why?
I disagree. I disagree with that, Saif. I disagree with that, and let me tell you why. I think Pioli should have stuck with his tactics and kept on looking for those runs and those central penetrations, because eventually you're going to get it. Eventually you're going to get it because that's where your quality is. Your quality is with your feet and it's on the ground. So we didn't need to score 7 goals. We just needed to score 1 goal. Eventually, Theo Hernandez is going to get into that box. A Kessie, Çalhanoğlu, Diaz combination is going to happen and Rebic scores. All we needed was for one of those things to happen. It didn't have to happen the whole 90 minutes, but he opted to change that right away in the second half. And then with the mistake of Diaz, everything went to shit. But I think he should have kept on. I should have kept on going with that tactic because eventually.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. But I'm with you to the point where Diaz was taking off. There was plenty of time still in the match. Since like the 50th or 60th minute of the match, we kept on crossing the ball, crossing the ball, crossing the ball. But to who? To Rebic? If we wanted to, yeah, to Godin, exactly. If you wanted to play by the tactic, why didn't Mandzukic come on earlier? Something would have happened when he came on late. Okay, great things did not happen, but you could see he was dominant in the air. He was dominant against Godin.
Right, and as a matter of fact, he came in those last 5 minutes and he connected with a cross, almost setting up Castillo, and Castillo almost scored. So you're right.
Exactly.
You're right about that. Now, whether or not Mandzukic would have been able to hold the ball, I don't know. I don't know. That's a question I don't have an answer for.
I want to answer this comment about Misha that he says about Inter got a great manager. I think that's such a wrong statement. In my opinion, the last 10 years, Lukaku wasn't there, Hakimi wasn't there, Barella wasn't there, Skriniar wasn't there. They got De Vrij 0 from a competitor club, which is Lazio. So Inter has invested money, man. They buy Sanchez, all these players. They invest. They try to buy experienced and prepared player. It's not just the manager. That's what I'm trying to say. I want investment from the ownership. If they don't invest, I'm always gonna be realistic and say, yeah, that's the team. That's what we're gonna do. That's the result we can achieve.
Right.
Yeah, it's so. I'm so pissed off. Also, another thing, I'm more confident. Like, how does that make sense? I'm more confident in going against Juventus away, going against teams like Roma and Napoli away, than playing teams like Cagliari and Udinese at home. That sucks. I swear.
That is the theme, right? That has been the theme, guys. We have a new someone else has joined us. Let's welcome Ali. What's up, Ali? How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, guys. You hear me?
Hey, how you doing? Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm gonna.
Ali, what are your
talking?
What are your how are you feeling after this game?
Yeah, I have to say, not very good. But we still have our chance, Atalanta is not an easy game, but look at Bologna, Juve. It's also not an easy game for Juve. I think they are gonna draw in that match. I have that feeling. I don't know. Yeah.
No way, man. No way. Juve is gonna win this match.
Juventus is going to win, man. And if they are not winning, the referee is gonna do everything to make them win, man. I've seen that film already.
Yeah,
don't even look at that game.
Yeah, with the referee, that's another thing. But I have the feeling that Bologna will give Juve hard match.
Go ahead. Well, I think that with Juventus, they have a big game on them. It's going to be a lot of pressure for them. I don't know if Pirlo is ready for that kind of pressure, but they will have a big game tomorrow. Which, by the way, guys, I am planning to do a watch along tomorrow for the Coppa Italia final, so we can all scout and analyze Atalanta together. All right, go ahead, Ali. Sorry.
Yeah, for Atalanta game, I have to say Atalanta have a big match tomorrow that will gonna help us. If they don't have that match, I'm gonna say we are not going to win this match. This is very difficult for us. Physically, they have better strikers. They can finish off the attacks. We don't have that option. We don't have Ibrahimovic. Rebic is not a striker. Yeah, it's difficult for us. Yeah, I agree with Lert. We should be more defensive and playing on counter-attack. They should make more passes, more central playing. In the last match, I don't know why, but Pioli have switched all the play to a wide style of play. Cagliari didn't have a very hard time defending against us. Yeah, that was.
You know
That
what?
was big.
I don't even think that was Pioli's option. Like, I don't think he wanted to do that. I think he wanted to keep Diaz in and then have Diaz go inside in the middle, as the play developed. But he just after he realized that Diaz wasn't covering well enough, he had to change the whole thing. Like he literally botched it during the game, and he knows he botched it. He knows. Saif, what do you think about the Atalanta game?
It's a big advantage for us because I think Atalanta is going to go all in against Juventus for the Coppa Italia. Because I think for all the work they've done over the years, the people still shit on them because they don't have a trophy to say anything for it. I actually predict that they will win against Juventus. It's going to take all their energy. And that's what I hope to see against Milan. Atalanta that is tired. That they know that maybe some star players maybe will be on the bench and maybe could come on in the second half. That's a possibility. So it's a weird prediction, but I think we're gonna win 3-1. I think we're gonna approach the game with the right mentality, and we're gonna score early 2 goals. Yeah, I feel confident. I'm just angry at the team because they could have finished this a while ago. We should have been celebrating now because we as fans deserve it after 10 shitty years. It sucks, but let's see. Always Forza Milan, always.
Yeah, man, we deserve it, and I think, as I was saying before, a lot of players deserve it as well. I feel like it's really unfair that players like Betancourt or really average player, they are going to play the Champions League, and Kessie is gonna play Europa League next season.
D'Ambrosio is going to play the Champions League.
D'Ambrosio, really average players from these 4 clubs are going to play the Champions League. Don't do anything anyway because that's what they do. The other clubs, apart from AC Milan, they show up after every 30 years and win the Champions League, and that's it, or 40, depends on. So it's really sad thinking that Atalanta, in my opinion, deserve to go to Champions League. They play the best in Europe, in my opinion, not just in Italy. They scored a lot of goals. They have enthusiasm. They pay their players. They pay their salaries. They are a healthy club, so they deserve. In my opinion, they deserve to win the Serie A, man. Because we forgot that a lot of clubs like Juventus, Inter, they're going in Champions League maybe. Inter won the Serie A, and they're not paying their players. They're not paying the salaries. Serie A put a rule now they can wait 4 months before to pay the salaries, so they cannot lose any point. That to make it sure Juventus doesn't lose any point. So for me, it's not fair because us in our life we pay our bills, we pay our debt. We don't live our life without money. That's the thing. But clubs like Inter, Juventus, they are winning and they are achieving success without having money, without having big debt, and that's so unfair, in my opinion.
And also, if I may add, saw you talking about you're still Çalhanoğlu, and let me also tell you why for example, Çalhanoğlu out, or for now, Leao out. You see these players with small mentality, they play 10 shit games, 15 shit games. They go on another game, they score, they play a good match. Then what do they celebrate with? The shush celebration. Or they go on social media and they tell the fans, shut up. Or, for example, Çalhanoğlu, who posted his goal against Sassuolo, in which the match that we lost in. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, players with big personality who actually care about the fans, they score the goal, they apologize, they say, we have not been playing well, we're gonna be playing better. Tell me once Çalhanoğlu did that. Tell me once did Leao do that. They never do that. And that's why, in my opinion, I hope I'm wrong, but they will never be able to be the big-time players.
Well, okay, so I guess I'm going to be Çalhanoğlu's lawyer. So let's do that. So the reason why I think Çalhanoğlu's story is not over is because I think that Çalhanoğlu is not a Kaká, right? He's not the kind of player that will change the game, but he is a very solid player in my opinion, and I think that in a team with a lot of solid players around him, Çalhanoğlu does the right thing, and also I'm 100% sure that Turkey is going to have a very positive Euro, and Çalhanoğlu is going to be in the middle of that Euro, and he might come out with a great performance. And what if he does? What if he comes out with a great performance, and then a big team buys him, and then he does well with the big team? We will have missed out on a player that was in our backyard.
No, not at all.
Good for him.
Because he doesn't show up when we need him to. He only shows up when he goes and plays for Turkey. He destroys strong teams like Netherlands, but we want him to break down teams like Cagliari and destroy them and take us to the Champions League. He doesn't show up. So am I gonna miss him? No, I'm not. Good riddance.
I can't defend him there. I really can't defend him there because like all of you guys, I noticed how nervous he was and how that affected his game against Cagliari. But if that was the whole team, it was sad to see. It was definitely sad to see. Ali, what is your opinion on Çalhanoğlu?
Well, in my opinion, if we have to give him too much money, I don't know, 6 million or more, no, that's a no for me. He must go out. But if he agrees on 3 million or something like that, I mean, why we should get rid of him? Bring another player. We have a competition. Maybe he plays better. If he not, then out.
You know what? It is a good point. It is a good point because Çalhanoğlu was asking for 6 million, and then next year, in 2002, it's Kessi's last year of contract. So if Çalhanoğlu gets 6 million, what is Kessi getting? 14 million?
Yeah. Donnarumma, 12 million. Yeah, this is nonsense.
Yeah, we're not in the position to do that. At least it doesn't look like. But so basically everybody here is Çalhanoğlu out.
Man, it's simple as that. Next season,
Yeah.
even if you pay the player 3 million a year, next season you're going to play a key game against Verona or against whatever shitty team in the last game, and he's not gonna perform. So why are you paying 3 million? He should pay me.
But
to play for AC Milan because he's making he's doing damage, not solving me problem. People pay people to solve your problems. He's not solving you any problem. He's not putting you.
We need alternative.
He's making no. He's not a solution. Get away. He shouldn't play for AC Milan. Simple as that.
Yeah. Antonio, what's up, my friend? How you doing?
Hello. What's up,
Hey,
guys?
what's going on?
Nothing much. I just wanted to come in because I heard you guys talking about Çalhanoğlu, and it's pretty interesting.
right.
I'm not unlike a lot of you guys, I'm not super against him. I think he can be much better than he was this season. At the beginning of the season, he was I really saw a really good number 10, but I think his contract situation and all everything with the media and things like that, they've kind of dented his season. I don't know. I don't think he's bad, but I definitely agree he's been pretty bad at the second half of the season, and he hasn't been too good with his contributions. So, I'm not necessarily saying we should get rid of him because I'm also kind of struggling to think of a realistic replacement for him because I think he could be better, but I don't really see that many clear options of people that are that much better than him. And I don't think there's that many super class attacking midfielders available. So I'm just kind of stuck with that right now.
What about Pessina?
Exactly my point.
Pessina, he's good, but I don't know. He doesn't look the same. He doesn't I think Çalhanoğlu does a better job at contributing on the defensive phase, and also he's more, I don't know, I haven't, to be honest with you, I need to watch more of him, but he's also young, so I guess that could be an option. But I don't know. I would argue that Çalhanoğlu has more quality as of now.
Or maybe, guys, our solution is in our backyard. Brahim Diaz.
Brahim, he's a lot different than Çalhanoğlu because I see like Brahim he's nowhere near Messi's level at all, but he kind of reminds me of him in the sense that same kind of size, likes to dribble, and he's more plays on the ground and he attacks. I think Çalhanoğlu was more of that number 10 with the long distance passing, free kicks, things like that. So it depends on the direction you want to go.
Yeah, for sure. Çalhanoğlu is more of a midfielder than Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is more literally an offensive midfielder, while Çalhanoğlu is more all-round kind of midfielder. Very true. Very true. What about you guys, Ali? Like, who would you replace Çalhanoğlu with? Is there any names, realistic names?
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't see too many players that are affordable to us, players that we can bring when they are guaranteed to make great performances with us. Yeah, Pessina is a good option, but I don't think Atalanta are going to give us Pessina. Yeah, I'm sticking with, I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult.
Lars, what about you? Who would you replace Çalhanoğlu with?
I can replace him with Diaz, and I can use the money to buy a striker. You can replace him with Depay, is a free agent. If you have to give 7, 8, 9 million to someone, give it to Depay.
Man,
I am with Depay.
All day.
I mean, there is a lot of players, man. Pessina is great. There is a lot of other players in Premier League. I like a guy called McNeil. He's really good. He's 23 years old. Seriously, man, there is a lot of them. If you have to keep an average player that is not solving the problem, at least put a young guy that for sure is gonna improve. I see Diaz. If you play him every week, in a year he's gonna be an unstoppable player because he's gonna gain so much confidence. He's gonna play with the team, understand the tactics, understand the league. Physically gonna get better because he didn't play a lot this season, so he get tired quick. Why keep Çalhanoğlu and the other players?
Maybe keep him as a substitution.
Out more.
Keep him as a role player.
Listen, Liar, I would I think you guys are forgetting like what he can do. I remember Çalhanoğlu did win the Serie A MVP of I think the month of December or something like around then. His statistics in our goals during that run at the beginning of the season, he was always involved in our movement in the offense. He distributed the ball, passed, and then he also and he also would score. He used to score more. I think, he needs to score more, but I think he has quality. It's just I don't know. He's just in a struggling, and I don't think there's that many people that are honestly that much better than him that are worth it. Plus, we don't have to sign somebody new. We just have to.
Okay, Antonio, I respect your opinion, but it's like you're speaking about him only for a few months. This guy came in 2017. Tell me something notably he has done. He has only been good for 6 months. 6 months only.
That's a good point. Obviously he hasn't been He hasn't been good for a long time since he's come. But then I ask you, who else on our team has really been that good since 2017 consistently? I think a lot of our players this year have shown a real improvement because of how well we've been playing, Calabria, for instance. But I think it's good to judge players this year because this is the year when we're sticking with the system, the 4-2-3-1, and everyone's kind of playing the Pioli's roles. And I think everyone's been playing better. So I just look at him from what I've seen from this year. But obviously he's struggled.
I'll ask you another question. The part of the season that Çalhanoğlu was really good. Do you felt any pressure on the team? There was pressure on the team.
No. No, I think pressure is like I said, I think pressure is a big reason for why they're kind of declining. I don't think there was that much pressure. We were just going into the season with this new project and we were just playing the games and ever since the second half, I mean, injuries and the pressure combined, and now it's like everybody can't handle it except for maybe Ibra. But that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I see Kessie, I see him playing great without pressure. I see him playing even better with pressure. When I see Tomori here, they play good without pressure. They play even better with pressure. When I see Brahim Diaz, he doesn't play for 2 months. He got in with Juventus, and he's playing like he's been playing for the whole season. So you can see it on the players, the way they approach the game and the way they show up on a difficult moment. It's like life. You see the people who really likes it, the people who are in difficult moments, not when everything goes well. So you see the great players in difficult moments. I've seen AC Milan for 30 years now, and I remember the best players we had. They really show up in a really difficult situation, in moments when no one could have solved the problem.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's not just Çalhanoğlu. I think there's like our offense in general has to be better because I don't think it's just one player. Rebic is good under pressure. I agree. But a lot of like our wings and like our whole like four at the top are like they don't really play well together. I think unless you have like certain players that are just really performing. So yeah, I don't know if it's fair to blame just him. Obviously, he was really bad in this last game. I like if he always plays like that, then of course you should get rid of him. But I think I've seen him play well, so I don't know. I hope he can bounce back. But
I'm a little bit more with Antonio on this. I'm not completely sold on the idea of Hakan out just yet. I do have a question for Saif though. Saif, who would you replace Çalhanoğlu with?
I mean, you don't only have to look at guys like Vecino, who I don't think he's on that superstar level. He's a very good player. I don't think he's a superstar. You don't have to look at Inter. Look at other leagues. You have guys like Fekir. I once told you about him. You have guys who are not. Yeah, someone who was unlucky at Dortmund and not playing that much because of like guys like Jude Bellingham or those guys of players. You have Julian Brandt. He's a very good player. You have guys like Marcel Sabitzer of Leipzig. It doesn't always have to be Italy, and there are a dozen players better than Çalhanoğlu. The guy is simply not the guy to take us forward, in my opinion.
All right, guys, let me read some of these comments, and then we can respond to some of these comments. Mika Kimbia says, Kessie is the player we cannot lose. Everyone else can go. I 100% agree with that. Sorry, I don't know who it is, but there's a lot of there's a lot of noise coming from one of you guys. I'm not sure who it is. Okay, thanks. Okay, Kessie is the player we cannot lose. Everyone else can go. What I think we all agree on that.
I don't necessarily agree that he's the only one, but yeah, no, he's one of the few.
Right. I mean, he's definitely our best player. Kessie is definitely, I mean, aside from Ibra, he's definitely our best player, no doubt. Non-Swing Buna says, Joaquin Correa is a perfect replacement for Çalhanoğlu. Any comments on Correa, guys?
He's great. I don't know if he's exactly like that position. I think he's more of like a kind of a striker that plays with another striker. But...
a second striker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Yes, he is good, but I think we should go all for Memphis Depay. I think if we make it to Champions League, Maldini and Massara should fly direct to Lyon, bring Memphis. Yeah,
I'm so on board with that. It's not even funny. I'm so on board with that. Memphis Depay, what a player! That's a top player, guys. Carlo Moretti says Correa is a top player. Laird, what do you think about Correa?
I don't think he's a top player. Top player is something he's sure is performing and he's gonna give you trophies. So what I consider a top player is Lukaku, for example, 20, 25 goals a season. But we shouldn't focus on who is going to replace Çalhanoğlu if he doesn't sign, because that's not the issue, in my opinion. The issue is you need to get rid of average player. As simple as that. It's clear that for me, Çalhanoğlu is an average player because against Cagliari, if you are the number 10 of AC Milan, You find the pass, you find that you dribble two players, and you do something. You create danger. You ask for the ball and you try to create danger. He was hiding. Everyone was hiding. The only player who was asking for the ball were Kessie and Benacer. Everyone was hiding, man. The four attacking players, they were hiding. That's crazy. You're not gonna sign again for AC Milan in the most important game of the season. You're hiding. You're not asking for the ball.
Yeah, I want to add one thing, but also just to let you guys know, did you guys see the recent news that Theo got snubbed from France? Came out like 30 minutes ago.
Oh yes, Davide Romano just pointed that out.
Okay, yeah, I just saw that on my phone. Yeah.
Good.
I think he's gonna probably go play for Spain if this keeps happening because he's missing out on the Euros. But
it's better. It's better for us for a bunch of reasons. One, he doesn't get to have a great Euro. So if when these players have great international tournaments, when all the big teams are after them, so people are going to kind of forget about Theo. So that's good for us. Better for us, and also there's no risk of injury and all that good stuff.
That's a good point. I also wanted to say to what Lyard said, like in our offense against Cagliari, it's like I didn't think nobody in our front four really did well, so it was kind of tough just to blame it on Çalhanoğlu.
Got you. Let's read a few more comments here. Let's see what Gensi D'Amelio says. We don't have much time. Many vultures are already looking to snatch Kessie. Yeah, guys, Kessie next year is going to be a problem because it's his last year of the contract. And if you think we heard it all this season with Çalhanoğlu and Donnarumma, next season is going to be twice as worse because Kessie, people really want to buy Kessie. That's not going to be newspaper bullshit. Like real teams are really going to want to get Kessie, so that's something that we're going to have to look at.
And if anyone deserves a huge renewal, it's Kessie. The guy has been carrying us on his back the whole season. When players were very inconsistent, he's been the consistent player. Yeah, he's the leader of our squad. I honestly think.
I agree 100%. I think it's disrespectful to Kessie, like when you look at Donnarumma and what he wants, like money wise. I think like it's a joke that Donnarumma wants 12 million, all these players, and like if we just keep giving away like those salaries, which I think we're not going to, which is good. But I think if we were to pay these players what they actually wanted, then our whole team would just start kind of, demanding more money. And Kessie deserves more money than anyone this season.
Yeah. I hope they don't leave it at the last moment like they did this season. This isn't. That was the plan. This was the plan. This is what the management said. They came out and they said, "Look, this is what we decided. We decided that we're going to wait till the end of the season. After the season is done, we're going to look at the contracts. We're not going to do the contracts before that." I hope they don't do that with Kessie because I don't want to go through this again. All this bullshit about transfer market. It's so annoying. All right, let me continue. I agree. Even Locatelli shows this management has no patience with young players. Rafinha is a good player from Leeds. I'm not very sure.
He's fantastic, yeah.
Berardi can replace Çalhanoğlu. Well, Mika Berardi is more of a winger than a central player. Guys, what do you think what about Rodrigo De Paul? I know, Laird, you said that De Paul would never come to Milan because of Pozzo. Like, I know what your answer is. Right?
De Paul I do not. I don't think he's that much of an upgrade from Çalhanoğlu, to be honest. I don't know if people are going to disagree with me. He's a good dribbler, but I don't know. I mean, he has better stats this year, but he doesn't have top class stats, and he's I don't think he'd be that much different than what we had.
Guys, listen to this. Isborn says the only thing which is concerning to him is if we don't go into the Champions League next season, players like Benacer, Kessie, Theo might want to leave, and we cannot activate Tomori and Diaz. If we lose all those 5 players, then guys, we might be thinking about UEFA Super Cup for the next 10 years. Davide Romano said we snubbed Rebic. 1 minute unstoppable, next minute unwatchable. Let's see. Davide Romano, that's the point. Champions League. What hurts is managers looking to sell Hago instead of Hakan. All right. What? Anything you guys want to add, guys? The floor is yours. Anybody, bring up anything you want.
I
I think
read a report that the Paul Atalanta is really interested in him. Honestly, if Milan came to sign him, I wouldn't like it that much. Like I said, I know it's kind of unrealistic, but at least if you want to get players that can be world class, let's get young players who can develop into that, which we already have. We have Brahim Diaz. I don't think Rodrigo de Paul is the kind of he's the kind of player that Atalanta would buy. They're not kind of team that attracts superstars, so they go get De Paul. They go get these type of players.
Guys, listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Raiola is De Paul's agent. We don't want another Raiola player. Unless it's Haaland. We don't want another
We don't want him.
is again going back to De Paul and all these players. It's about what is in their brain. They need to understand the personality, what type of person he is. Is he coming to be a great star and drag AC Milan to win something, or is just looking for his big last contract and that's it? So more than looking at the tactical and technical ability, I need to know that the person who is going to play in that position is a guy who has two balls like this, man. He doesn't get scared. I don't want Maradona. I want someone that doesn't get scared in a difficult moment and he plays the difficult game. That's the whole thing.
And we don't necessarily need to play with the same formation next season.
Exactly.
It can change.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why I was saying before Kessie, because Kessie is a tough guy. He's not getting scared, so I would play him in that position.
I don't know about that.
Not all season, but if you have a difficult game, why not?
It's an option. Yeah, for sure. Like Nainggolan plays attacking midfielder when he's not an attacking midfielder. It's an option. It's an option. I love the Depay thing, the Memphis Depay. Yes, that's the one. Pete T says, "Morning, guys. Love the chat as always. Just read that Milan is thinking about getting Oliver Giroud on the free. What do you guys think about that?"
Oh my god.
He's on the free, so he's basically done probably.
Well, I know you guys might disagree. I mean, depending on how much he wants to make, I don't think it's a bad signing necessarily. I think if we had somebody like him against Cagliari, that would have made it a lot easier. He's a target man. He's tall and he's old, but if you look at him when he did play this season for Chelsea, he did pretty well. They have a lot of strikers, so it was hard for him to always play. But yeah, and he's older, so he was on the bench. But when he came on, he did well, and he's just
honestly, he's better than Mandzukic for sure.
Oh yeah, 1,000 times, yeah.
So
that's a great point.
So if he's gonna come for free, 5 or 6 million, whatever he wants to get, 2 years. And don't be a pain in the ass complaining he wants to play always and be a squad player, and help the team to achieve goals. He's a player that he can score, if you cross the ball and stuff like that. But again, we are still Inter buys Lukaku, we buy who is this guy? Giroud. That's our life. That's our history at the moment.
Well, we can't afford Lukaku, especially if we don't make the Champions League. So it's all about getting the funds. That's why I'm so nervous.
Eastbourne says, Roy, your wrong tail would want to play for national team and he might think of leaving the club and go to Champions League because that's the spotlight to get into the national team. That's a good I mean, you're not wrong, Eastbourne. You're not wrong. It is possible that he might get
Just to add on to that, like right now, France is one of their left backs is like Luca Digne from Everton. He's not playing in the Champions League. But for some reason, Deschamps is obsessed with him, and he doesn't like Theo, even though Theo probably has better stats. So I don't know. I think he's just personally just doesn't like him for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know if Champions League would change that.
Got it.
And he also picks players from the French league, like Ben Yedder. So it's not really a matter of Champions League or something.
Yeah, I mean, if he got like 6 or 5, 6 goals in the Champions League, he'd probably have to take him. But I don't know. I don't really know if that's realistic.
Gotcha. Ali, what do you think of Giroud?
Yeah, I think his substitution. Maybe if Mandzukic, Mandzukic must go. If we get rid of Mandzukic, then he can go, but he will not make any big difference. We need to search for consistent players. We need players that can play for 4-5 years. A striker. We didn't have that since, I don't know, Ibrahimovic, and since Shevchenko and Inzaghi times. We didn't
That was
have
the
that
last time.
option. Yeah, I think we should go for a striker, for a young, good striker.
Yes, I agree with that. Pete T says, if Milan makes Champions League the next season, I think we're getting Icardi. Vanda wants to come back to Milan and is only 35 million. I do not want Icardi at all. I really don't like this.
Only 35
Only 30.
Only. Like it's... Are you serious, man? I'll take Giroud for free. He's the same type of player. Why should I pay 35 million for Icardi and Vanda?
I forgot.
I do not like him at all. I mean, I don't like
his mentality.
I don't like his mentality. I don't like the, it's kind of like a Raiola kind of thing with Vanda. It's going to be like the tabloids. It's going to be newspaper bullshit all the time.
I've been watching PSG play a lot, and whenever he comes on, his movement and he looks so lazy, and he doesn't look like he really fits even against French defenders and like in the French league. He doesn't really shine at all. It's kind of weird. I really don't like him, and 35 million is so overpriced. Like we'd never pay that much.
Basically, we pay 35 million him, so PSG can give 35 million to Inter because they are still paying him to Inter. No way, man. What is that?
Right.
He's a direct competitor. Fuck off. I'll get Giroud for free. Giroud is gonna score 10 goals. I'm not paying 35 million for a guy who's gonna score 11 goals.
No.
DOA 74 says sign Dominic Zoboslai. He assists, he scores from long range. I've heard a lot about this player. He seems like to be very good because he makes a lot of headlines and he makes a lot of highlight reels. I haven't seen him play though, so I can't really comment. If anybody has seen him play, please tell me what you guys think.
We were interested in him, but then he signed with Leipzig, and we were thinking of like making a move for him in January, but then we never did. And I don't know. I haven't seen him play at all since he's joined Leipzig.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anybody else has seen this player play?
I think I've seen him sometimes with the Hungarian national team. What I like about him is even though he's very young, he's the leader of the team. He asks for the ball. He drives at the defense, and I've seen some highlights, and he has crazy shots. He has crazy shots that go into the net. So I think he could be an option.
Got it. Okay, he's way better than Hakan. Jen Seal says if Theo is becoming world class, then it is with Maldini beside him, not anywhere else. Eastbourne says Giroud is slow, need to play 2 strikers. Lucas Hernandez tells Bravo is the starting left back for France. That's crazy. Icardi will be our best and only option to go for. Prove it. Wow, PT is sold on Icardi. Huh? Look at that. Lucas Digne has been there in the national team since his Barcelona days.
I just checked. Luca Digne has 0 goals this season and 7 assists, and he made it over Theo. So that's.
But I want to say something. A healthy team, the left back has 0 goals. A healthy team. We are not a healthy team. We need our left back to score goals and to attack a lot because we don't have strikers. We don't have a decent number 10. We don't have a right wing, a left wing. That's why our left wing. But France is a healthy team. France has has strikers, midfielders, number 10, right and left wing. So Digne is the player that needs to move the ball, run, cross, play for the team. That's the type of player he wants. He doesn't want a left wing that scores 7 goals a season because he has Mbappe, then he's gonna score goals. Pogba, Kante, Giroud, Benzema, and all of them.
Liar. So you're basically saying that, like, for
That's a good
his
point.
defensive work, like he's not really being chosen because he prefers someone who plays more defense.
Exactly. Theo Hernandez, sometimes
That's
he
a good
just
point.
runs with the ball doing basically nothing. And I don't like that.
Oh.
Well, I've seen Digne. Digne plays a lot with the team. He does a 1-2. He's always releasing the ball. He's always crossing to the box. He's always doing that type of game. That probably, who is the name of the guy? Deschamps needs on his squad. That's simple as that.
Yeah, that just reminded
Theo's
me of.
not playing the easy play. He always make hard decisions. He always make difficult decisions. I don't understand why. That's my problem with Theo.
That
Yes.
reminded me of this game, of the game against Cagliari, because there were like a couple times where Hernandez just tapped the ball, jumped him super easily, and he just kind of mistimed it. And those, every time that happens, it's scary because then they cut inside into the box, and then one of our center backs has to deal with it. So
Yeah, we have seen Theo struggle against good wingers, and that is definitely a theme. And I guess that is also one of the reasons why Deschamps is not looking at him. But Theo's world class, guys. Let's not.
No, he's a good player.
He is on his way to becoming one of the best in that position for the next 10, 15 years or so. If he continues this way, I mean, the guy has scored more goals than our midfielders, and he's a defender.
I think his biggest problem is that his one foot, like he only uses his left foot, and not many people notice that about him. But every time when he's dribbling, it's like it looks awkward because he's always like on that left side, and he can never cut the opposite way. So that's one thing I think I don't know if he can really improve on, but that's kind of stopping him from being even better.
Good luck with that. I've never seen a guy a left foot and improving the right one. I've seen Maldini becoming a right foot, becoming a total left foot after his career.
I mean, you can train players, but you can train players. Robben only used his right foot, and man, that right foot served him well. So it doesn't.
It's not essential. It's not essential thing.
I think as a defender, you need to use both of them anyway. But yeah, I think we lost Roy for a second.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important because I remember, like, even against Man United, when at San Siro when we were playing, there was a play when he was like cutting inside into the box, and he basically had a free path to goal, but he took it on the left side only, and he kind of made a mess, and like he always loses his balance when that happens. That's kind of weird.
And another thing, at least the last game, twice Leao went wide on the left and he didn't pass the ball. He went from the middle, and the ball went to the goal.
He plays it difficult always.
Yeah, he always tries a difficult game, and that's not good for when you're gonna be in a healthy team when everyone wants the ball. You need to move the ball quick and create chances and stuff like that. But yeah, Theo is a world class, but at the moment I think it's not the right left wing for France, and it's better for him because I want a player that is always focused and ready for the next season. Still, AC Milan needs to work a lot on the. What do you guys think about Pioli? Do you guys want to fire him if we don't do UEFA Champions League next season? What is the?
Oh gosh, I've like been reflecting on that a lot because at first I don't know. I am like I don't know if I still believe this, but I want to say that if we don't make Champions League, we should go somewhere else, like go in a new direction. But then I don't know because our formation and like the way it's like restarting everything. I don't know if it's worth it. So I'm kind of torn. But yeah, I think I'd go a little bit more towards firing him because I think it's a failure. I don't care what anyone else thinks.
I don't think it make any sense to fire Pioli if we don't make it to the Champions League. What else we are gonna bring? Who will be bring? It doesn't make any sense. I'm opting for Pioli to stay. If we make it, if we don't make it, we can't get Guardiola or Gasperini or I don't know top manager. Yeah.
I think there is a reason why someone like Gattuso, for example, didn't continue with Milan. It's not just that could he have made much difference or anything. With stuff like this happening, he could easily lose the dressing room. Easily next season, maybe the players will not want to play with him anymore. Just the thought on the back of their head that, oh shit, we missed the Champions League on 1 point or 2 points. I don't think the players will believe in him anymore, which is maybe not right, but it's debatable. So I don't think it would be healthy for the dressing room and for the fans as well if Pioli doesn't make the Champions League and continues next season.
Yeah, maybe that's a good point.
And listen, guys, this idea that if you bring in a new coach, then you have to start everything from the beginning is not necessarily true. That is not necessarily true because, like, you don't really need to revolutionize everything. You can kind of still keep on. You can just build on what's already there. So I'm like, if he doesn't make the Champions League, like, what's the point of my opinion is, what's the point of keeping it? I know you guys think differently, but.
No, I agree. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you put in a Sarri.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you put in Sarri there, and the guy can just work with what is already there and just add his touch, and then like a Sarri or whoever's going to be available, we'll see.
But Sarri didn't add anything at Juve.
You don't think he did?
No, I don't think.
He won the league and he made Champions League.
Sarri won the Champions League and the Coppa Italia that year.
I mean, the Scudetto, right?
Yeah, sorry, the Scudetto and the Coppa Italia that year.
I was just looking at Pioli's stats, and I don't think he's this is kind of like known, but I'm pretty sure he's never qualified for the Champions League, or maybe if he did, it was with Lazio. But
yeah, once he finished third place with the Lazio.
Right. Yeah, that was his best season. But yeah, we knew that when we got Pioli, it was supposed to be like just till the end of last season, and then we would have, because he's not that like impressive, but we kept him, and because of his work and how the team was performing. But now, like, I don't know, I think it's starting to show like his lack of like confidence, and he looks a bit unstable in these situations. I don't know, the Juventus game really surprised me. I didn't really take that much pride in the Torino game because I saw that Torino didn't really show up. Like, Teo scored a good goal, and then after that, like, they just collapsed because we had scored. So I don't know. The Juventus game, though, did really surprise me, I have to be honest. I didn't think we'd perform like that. So I don't know how, like, or why our mentality keeps changing, and all of a sudden we got super scared. But I don't know. This game against Atalanta does not look easy at all, and it's going to take another Juventus type situation for us to really go out there and secure the win. So I'm scared.
Guys, listen to what Carlo Moretti says. If we don't make UCL, Pioli will go, Maldini will go, Massara will go, and Gazidis will bring in Ragni. But one person that does not need to go is Maldini. I mean, that he is the key in all this. Like, he is the keystone.
But Maldini wants Pioli. Maldini already said, I want Pioli next season. Doesn't matter if we go Champions League or not. So if they fire Pioli, it's like going against what Maldini wants.
Oh, okay, so he's already said that?
Yeah.
But do you think he said it just for the newspapers, or did he actually mean it?
I think Maldini believes on Pioli and believes on the fact that 90% of the player, or maybe all the players, they perform because Pioli. They like Pioli. They are relaxed. They are, calm because Pioli is the manager, and they are not feeling like, I'm going to lose my position or I'm not going to play and stuff like that. So it's a fine balance. He's already built a lot of relationship with all the players. So putting a new one, he has to build that trust, that relationship with new ideas. It's not starting from zero, but it's kind of with this type of players. If you have big players, it's not starting from zero because they already know what to do.
I just wanted to say, like, if the management wanted to, or if the owners wanted to fire Pioli, would that really like? I don't think Maldini, even if he wants to keep him or not, would that really even like affect that? I mean, he could maybe express his opinion, but at the end of the day, they make the decision. I mean, he could resign, but I don't think he would resign. So I think they can go through without him in that sense if they wanted to fire him.
What is your guys?
No, so the thing is, with Pioli or without Pioli next season, if we don't make the Champions League this season, we're fucked. Because if we're not gonna make it, even if Pioli stays, what the hell is the management gonna bring to him? If we make the Europa League, KC will leave. I'm telling you. Theo Hernandez will leave. Ben Nasser will maybe leave. Ibrahimovic will not be as motivated. It's huge consequences if we don't make the Champions League.
Right, you can go.
No, historically that's not what has happened in Milan. Sorry, can someone mute? There's a lot of noise coming up. Historically, that's not really what happened at Milan. Like when we didn't make the Champions League, we didn't historically lose players. I don't know if this is a different period. It feels like it. It feels like if we lose this Champions League spot, we might lose our big players. But that's not consistent with history. Like Milan, even when they didn't make the Champions League in the late 90s, early 2000s, they didn't necessarily lose their players. They actually got better players the next season. They kept their core squad, all their champions, and then they improved the next season with better players. That's history. That's what history says. But Saif, it does kind of feel like what you're saying might happen.
Yeah, because football has changed a lot. It's more of a business now. Like, I'm not saying that the players do not love Milan, but it's not like in 2006 or 7 when Juventus got down to Serie B and some of the players stayed. It's not the same football anymore. You don't get the same breed of players anymore. If someone has a chance to play in the Champions League with another team, believe me, they will go. They're not staying. That's what scares me the most.
I agree. I was literally going to say the same thing. And I also, like, if you look at a player, if you look at Kessie, right, even though he fights for the team, like he's so consistent, he plays almost every game, and he really cares. Even a player like him, it's rare to, I don't really think he would have that attachment to like the shirt in the sense of like, oh, okay, if we don't make the Champions League, if we keep missing, and if therefore my money, whatever, they can't pay me as much as they want, then I think he could leave. I don't think players are that like obsessed with the team aspect anymore.
I think Kessie, Benacer, all the players you mentioned, I think they really want to stay to AC Milan for at least another contract. They still believe that they are good enough to play at San Siro and bring this team in Champions League. So they are not going to give up next season. I trust them. Players like Donnarumma with the manager, like with the agents like Raiola, of course, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm the best goalkeeper in the world, so I deserve to play Champions League. Fuck you, AC Milan." Or Çalhanoğlu, he believes he's good enough to earn 7 million. So these players live in another world. They don't live in the real world. But Kessie, Benacer, Calabria, they are grounded. They remember the season they did the previous one, how they were struggling and how bad they were playing. So they know they are not a finished player. They still want to improve and they still want to bring this team to the Champions League. They believe on the project. So I'm not worried about that. And another thing is other teams don't have enough money to take these players at the moment. So I'm okay with that. We need to make Champions League because is a club that needs to stay in Champions League. That's the only thing.
And this is their opportunity. Sunday is their opportunity to take it by the balls. Go ahead, Saif.
But the thing is, like, if we do not make the Champions League, I believe another season with big losses as well. So when we're gonna lose so much money, I think we're gonna be desperate for some money for players like Messi or Ben Nasser, and especially with these owners. I think they will sell these players easily if
I
in
will
case
say
we
this:
do not make it.
we're not losing money if we don't go in Champions League because we are leaving without money. Well, our team is built in a way, in an economy of a team that has been playing Europa League for the last 7 years and haven't won anything. So our reality in
Exactly.
terms of economy is that one. For Juventus that build a team that costs 200 and 300 million salary, that's an issue, losing the Champions League money. We are playing and paying the players with no Champions League money. So we don't have that issue.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah. I don't
Elliot-
think we are going to lose a lot of... Yeah, go ahead.
I was
No,
gonna
finish,
say-
Ali. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Ali, finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we are going to lose all of our players. This is not realistic, you know. If Shalahan Oglu and Donnarumma and Romagnoli want to go, then they can fuck off. Yeah. We don't need them. We can bring another player. But I don't think Ben Nasser, Kessie, and all of our good players will go. This is not realistic. No, that will not happen. And as
I don't think so.
Laird said, we don't pay too much money for our players. We can afford not going to the Champions League for another season. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is their opportunity right now. I mean, it's them. They're the ones on the field. If these guys want to make the Champions League, this is their opportunity. This is their opportunity. All right, guys, listen, we have 20 minutes left. So let's let's finish with this Atalanta game.
Right. I need to go, by the way. Thank you, guys. See you.
Okay. All right, Lex. No problem. Ciao, bello.
Ciao.
Tomorrow we're going to have a live during the Coppa. We're going to do a watch along of the Coppa Italia final, in which we're going to be scouting Atalanta and studying Atalanta, and then we're going to make a nice tactical analysis on how to beat these guys. All right. So, hopefully you can join me tomorrow.
Okay. See you, man. Bye.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
So, when it comes to Atalanta, guys, let's finish off on Atalanta. So tomorrow we're going to see how they're playing. I have an idea. I already know how they play. We all know how they play. I told you guys how I feel about this game. I am super confident about this game. There's literally nothing that worries me about this game. All my calculations, all the dots are connecting very easily. I think this is going to be actually one of the easiest games Milan is going to be playing the whole season. That's how confident I am. I think the reason why is because this game is literally going to be a Champions League game. Milan is a Champions League team. Even if it's a team that struggles in the Serie A, I think Milan, when they play against teams that play that kind of football, Milan will come out. The only thing that I think can make us lose this game is if Pioli plays a defensive system. If Pioli plays a defensive system, we're out. If Pioli plays his normal system that he's been playing recently, I don't see why we should lose this game. So you guys take the floor.
Roy, just to clarify that, do you mean like for defensive system, you don't want to play a sort of counter-attacking style against them?
No, I don't think we need to rely on counterattack football. No, I don't think so.
Because the thing is, that's my original thought was maybe that would work because Atalanta, if you don't defend, they'll just attack you they'll counterattack you.
Exactly.
And they in the transition they're really good. So I don't know. What do you think is the best way to play them? Like just before you get into that.
Open football, just the same way we played against Manchester United. Exactly the same. Just open football, keep the ball, triangles, keep the ball on the ground, penetrative passes, get tail to make those runs inside. This is the perfect game for AC Milan. It's basically like Juventus. It's going to be exactly the same.
My biggest concern there is the fact that every time we play them, Atalanta's players, one-on-one matchups against us, they always beat us to the ball. They always they're more physical, Though that's the way they play, and I think I'm confident that we have Tomori because we didn't have him last time, and he's going to be good against our strikers because he's physical. But I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not confident about it. Like I don't think it's our easiest game. I don't think we haven't beat them in 4 years, so it's going to be very tough. And plus, they're going to be motivated to win and get like a higher position in the table, so they can play for everything. So it's not going to be easy at all.
You don't think it's going to be easy?
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I am pretty confident that we will play a great match with a great performance against Atalanta. We will put a great performance, but the question if we can win or we can't. Atalanta, I think, is the most difficult team to play against in Serie A in terms of physicality and the type of players they're playing with. We cannot afford to make it an all-attack game against players like Zapata, Muriel. Yeah, they can hurt you, bro. If they score 1-2 goals, then it's finished for us. We don't have it anymore. We don't have any chance. But I am counting on tomorrow game. Atalanta players will get tired, and maybe we can snatch a win. Yeah.
I think mentally Atalanta right now after that tie against Cagliari, Atalanta they're so mentally strong that it's not gonna be easy going into the game. If you watch them play, they're like ruthless every time. The only time I really saw them not like, kind of give up was against Real in the Champions League. So I don't know. Every time you watch them play, they're always hungry to score more goals. And like you said, Zapata, Muriel, they're amazing. Ilicic, I don't know if he hasn't been playing recently. I hope he doesn't play because every time he plays against us, he destroys us. So
Ilicic is amazing player.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I don't think he's. I'm not sure if he'll play because I haven't really seen him play recently. So that'd be good, but still, they're really dangerous. The system they play is great.
Yeah. I hear you guys for sure. What about you, Saif? I think you already said something, but go ahead. Tell us what you think.
I mean, there's no reason, like the players shouldn't have any more reason to be. The players should go into the pitch with blood, with sweat, with tears. They have to go into the game and fight for every ball. It's one thing that we always blame Pioli for the formation. It's another when we see Çalhanoğlu not really moving a lot, or I don't know what player doesn't really try a lot. In that case, the coach does not have a lot to do with it as well. But I think, like the guy said, we cannot just play all defensive, because if we play like that, we're gonna concede a goal, and then we're gonna open up and we're gonna concede again. So I think we should just go for it. We did that with many of the big teams away from home, and we won the games. Also, I think we should take our chances well, because if you miss so much against these guys, you will regret it, especially with guys like Ilicic, Zapata, Muriel. So it's just about taking chances and containing guys like. Sorry?
Yeah, we must score the first goal.
Yes, and one player in particular that we have to watch out for is Zapata, because the guy's strength can penetrate any defense in the world. So we should double up on him and make sure he doesn't have enough space to do anything in the game. I think we can win. Like I said, I predicted a 3-1 for us.
Nice. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you guys, like I have absolutely no fear going into this game whatsoever. I mean, it's just like I've never like there's some games that give me some, but this one is like it's one of the easiest games I feel like I'm going into for some reason.
Yeah, against Cagliari, everyone was saying, I'm not trying to say everyone said it was easy, but everyone was saying, okay, this is our chance, and it was, and we approached it badly, and Cagliari, we were assuming they wouldn't really care that much. They put their best 11 because they were safe, but they still played their best 11. They played like super defensive, and they actually got some good chances to score because we were just so out of it. And yeah, we blew that chance, which we should have won. And so now there's no goal. There's no way around this game. You have to play against one of the best teams in the league, and you have to play in their away, and you have to go win the game. There's nothing. There's no excuses.
And you know what, Antonio, you bring up a good point, because that's one of the reasons why I find this to be an easy game, because there's not many calculations that you have to make. It's pretty straightforward. It's like, okay, like it's me against you. It's fist up, and whoever gets that knockout punch wins. And I'm just so confident that we're going to get the knockout punch.
Yeah, the only thing is the Cagliari game was also straightforward, because if we, but
I don't think it was straightforward at all. I thought the Cagliari game was going to give us a lot of problems. I thought we were going to win. I also was a little bit scared we might have lost that game. I thought we might have won, but I didn't see I thought the Cagliari game was going to be very complicated, and it turned out to be quite complicated. But I just don't have any feelings whatsoever about the Atalanta game. It just seems so easy to me for some reason. Let's read a few comments. Let's see. Mika Kimba says, prepare yourself for pain of losing out. Spezia, Sassuolo, and Atalanta all play high-pressing football and beat us. I'm hoping for Juve and Napoli to draw. And guys, I just want to say, if we do lose, hey, I mean, come on. We've suffered way worse as Milan fans. So it's not the end of the world. We can't play counter. We need to go there and attack. Yeah, I agree with Pete. We can't play counter. We need to go there and attack. This is a must-win game. All games are played at the same time, so we need to play for the win. We should already be in the Champions League. Yeah, that's how we need to play. We need to play to football. No counter, no defense, no calculations. Just ball on the ground and just play football. That's what we need to do. After losing 3-0 in the home leg, I hope Pioli would learn going into the away leg and make changes with tactics, and he needs to find Atalanta weakness. That's how he can win. Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Hague in the last game. He deserved it. I don't know if we're going to see Hague. Pioli needs to follow the Real Madrid tactics against Atalanta. Just let them have the ball and force them to make mistakes. I don't know if that can work, because I don't know if that can work, to be honest with you. I don't know if that can work. We have a chance. Tomori will make a difference at the back. My only concern is I think we need to score 2 to win. I'm wondering where the goals will come from. Every player must step up. Yeah, we're going to see goals in this game. It's going to be very hard to think that this is going to be a 0-0 draw. The new beating Cagliari was a guaranteed qualification, and they did fuck off. They get scared in these types of games. Yeah, I don't think they have any reason to be scared against Atalanta. Like, what are you scared of against Atalanta? Can you guys think of any reason why we need to be scared?
Yeah,
No.
Roy, to be honest, like, yes. they're the second highest scoring offense. I hope you're joking, by the way. I really hope you're joking. They're the second highest scoring offense in the league. They've made Champions League the past 3 years. They're consistently a good team. They're in the Coppa Italia final, and they're one of the best teams in Italy. And they always beat us. So. Yeah,
I
there's
don't
reasons
have any
to be
fear.
scared.
Well, yes, you're right. But look at how Inter played against Juve. If you actually if you watch the game closely, most of the players, not all of them, most of them were on vacation mode. Atalanta has already made the Champions League, and they have a Coppa Italia final that they are desperate to win against Juventus. I think that plays a huge role in the game.
Yeah, but
it will. It definitely will.
We thought the same for Cagliari, though, that they were safe, and that Cagliari was already safe, and they went in there and they celebrated on Instagram like they had won the game, like they had after a 0-0 tie, they were all happy on Instagram. So I think there is no Atalanta are going to come. They're not going to just lose, not try. They're going to be motivated to win.
No, yeah, of course they're going to try. They're going to try, and they're going to fail. I'm telling you right now, they're going to fail.
Look, I'm not saying we can't beat them at all. I'm just saying that it's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy.
All right. We'll see. We'll see, guys. Tomorrow we are going to do a watch along, and we are going to analyze Atalanta, and we're going to see how they play. We're going to see where their weaknesses are, if they have any weaknesses, but we're going to definitely be doing that. Atalanta squad, whether subs or starting 11, they all play the same way. Even players coming from the bench, they make a huge difference in every game. So it doesn't matter if they rest key players. Yeah, they do. They play Atalanta. One of the reasons why Atalanta, for me, is an easy game to approach is because they play only one way. It's not, you don't have to like guess. There's no second guessing. You know exactly how they're going to play. You know exactly how they're going to attack. You know exactly which players are the players that bring the ball forward, which the players that create the goals, the players that make the goals, the players that create the transition between attack and defense. It's there. You see it. So there's no surprises with Atalanta. Amir says, Guys, don't forget the win against Atalanta for 2 years ago. We can make it. Yes, absolutely. I really cooled down from Sunday evening. I'm not scared about Atalanta, guys. We should be scared about Yeah, there I agree with you, Sami. There I have to agree with you. I think if Pioli opts for a defensive game, he might botch it. But again, guys, like I'm very confident. I'm super confident. There's literally nothing that is worrying me, but I could be completely wrong, yeah? I could be completely wrong and we lose 5-0. But I'm just don't see that happen. I'm just not seeing that happening.
I predict a 3-2 win.
You predict a 3-2 win? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of Atalanta, but I'm scared of Pioli. Yeah, that's right. All right, predictions. Actually, let's not do the predictions for Milan-Atalanta. Let's do the predictions for Juventus-Atalanta for tomorrow. And let's finish with that, guys. Last 10 minutes, then I have to close. So let's just finish with that. And what kind of game are you guys expecting tomorrow?
I think it's going to be an open game. I think Atalanta is going to bring it to Juventus. I actually will go for to say as Atalanta will dominate Juventus in the game. And that's the thing. Like I said with us, if they don't miss their chances, they could absolutely destroy Juventus because they create so much. They create so much, and Juventus' defense is really not the best. So, if we're gonna have predictions for the game, I would say you guys may laugh at me. I'm saying 3-0 Atalanta.
Woo!
Yeah, they're gonna dominate Juventus.
Nice. All right. How about you, Ali? What do you think? Tomorrow.
I don't hear good. You're talking to
Ali,
me?
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Huh? Yeah, yes, I can hear you. Yeah, now.
What do you think about tomorrow's game?
I think Atalanta are gonna win 2-0.
Yeah.
Mhm.
2-0. Okay. So you think they're going to dominate the game?
Yeah, I don't think that Coppa Italia is a priority for Juventus now as much as Champions League spot.
That's a good point. Yeah,
so
that's a good.
Atalanta have much more motivation for the game. I think they can dominate Juve, and they are gonna win. Yeah, it's like that.
Nice. Antonio, how about you?
I could see, I guess, 2-1 Atalanta maybe. I think Juventus, whenever they play Atalanta, they don't really like let them score a bunch of goals. Like usually they still those games are kind of low scoring because they're not bad at defending them, but they can't really like break them down. So I think 2-1 is a fair score. I don't know. I could see maybe Juventus finding a way, but for now, I think Atalanta's a better chance.
Got it. Okay. PT says they won silverware. Yes, they probably do win silverware. They're probably putting all their eggs in this in this basket in the Juventus game because this game for Atalanta is probably going to be one of the most important games they will have played in a very long time because realistically, it's their only chance right now of winning any trophies. So you have to imagine they're going to put everything they got into this game, and might also mean, like Saif was saying earlier, that means they're going to lose something against us. Guys, what do you think about me being so confident about this game? Do you think I'm crazy?
I
don't think we can.
I think you were
Yeah,
too
go ahead.
confident. Yeah, so I think you were too confident. I don't like that, but you have absolutely every right to be confident. The players don't need any more motivation. The fans will give them motivation. I think we have the team for it. Yeah, like I said, we have every right. We don't have a single excuse if we lose against Atalanta because we have the possibility to win it. It's all about the mentality and how Pioli sets us up on the field. So no, I don't think you're crazy at all.
All right. Okay, Juventus would go with a week tomorrow, so Atalanta would get the win. Of course, Diaz and Lau has to deliver their better sides. Pioli will put Mate trequartista and try to be. No, he can't. If he does that, then I'm sure we'll lose. I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. Both the teams might go with a weak team tomorrow. I don't think so, Eastbourne. I think Atalanta probably will not if they do. We need Juve to rob the game, so Atalanta hands us. Antonio double duty here. And I just saw again the game on Monday, so these are fresh considerations. I never saw the highlight, but I had to do it. I just saw it on the... Oh, you saw the whole game again on Monday? Damn. Why would you do that to yourself? Every Milan fan needs to believe we can win. What is the point of giving up and crying like a bitch before the match is played? Take sides with a motivational speech right there. I'd rather have Ibra on the touchline for Vettel again. Yes, that is true. I would rather have Ibra on the touchline for the Atalanta game rather than Pioli.
Sorry to cut you off, Roy. Is Bologna playing at home versus Juventus or away?
Yes, actually, let me share that. I had that ready here. So let's.
I believe it's at home for Bologna.
So,
I mean, I said Juve will win, but you never know. Maybe Mihailovic will work his magic. You really never know. They could actually drop points against Bologna.
There's also the Verona
I think
game.
they're gonna draw.
No, Napoli is winning against Verona. I think Bologna
Napoli's
might have
on
a surprise.
fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if they tie, if Napoli tie, then all we need is a tie. So it's random. But yeah, we need to go out and win the game because it's all at the same time.
So if we lose, Napoli ties and Juventus wins, we are good, right?
No, because Napoli would go. They're even on points with us, so they would have 77. We would have 76, and we'd be out. Napoli has to get the same. Napoli has to get the same result with has to match us basically.
Yeah, you're right. So let's do this. Let's analyze all our options here that we have. So okay, obviously, let's just say if Milan loses, what are our options? So if Juventus lose, we're good. If Juventus ties, let's just look at the.
Roy,
then we're also good because if
Roy,
Juventus ties, we're good because we're ahead of them on head-to-head goals.
I have all the situations on my phone.
All right, go ahead. Tell us.
We qualify if 1, we beat Atalanta. Number 2, we tie and one of Juve or Napoli don't win, so then we're good. And if we lose, Juventus have to tie or lose. Juventus can't win if we lose, and if we lose, Napoli loses to Verona. So basically, if we lose, Juventus has to not win, and Napoli has to lose also. So basically, we have a slight advantage on Juventus, and Napoli's basically like this even on points. So they're mimicking us basically in that sense. So yeah, I'll just repeat that. Either we beat Atalanta, we tie, and one of Juve or Napoli do not win, or if we lose, Juventus don't win, or if we lose, Napoli lose. So those are the situations.
Got it. Right. All right. Let's read the few last comments here, guys. And
also, Roy, Torino just avoided relegation 0-0 with Lazio, so they're safe from relegation. Benevento have been relegated, and that means Belotti will be staying in Serie A. with Torino. So.
Guys, sorry for Pippo Inzaghi.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Let's just do this in homage of Pippo Inzaghi. Give me 1 second. Right here. Little homage to the maestro of goal scoring right there. Well, so he goes back to Serie B. I wonder what happens to Pippo Inzaghi next. Christian Pazmino says, hope Tonali comes in as a sub. Atalanta is going full out in this game. Mijalovic doing the favor for Milan. He had rested the key players yesterday against Verona. What do you guys think that Verona has a chance to beat Napoli, or do you think Verona, because Verona has had arguably a really good season? I mean, they have nothing they're playing for, right? Let's see, where is Verona? Verona, where are you? Hellas Verona 44. So if they win, they go to 47. Yeah, they're not playing for anything. Do you think that they could get something out of this game against Napoli, or you guys believe that Napoli is just going to ride them and be merciless?
I think there are 8 or 9 games winless, most of which are losses. They have been really terrible, and Napoli is the strongest at the moment out of Juve and Milan. I think Bologna has more of a chance to make points instead of Verona.
Got it.
Based on form.
Let's look at the form. So, okay, Atalanta's form. Jesus, guys, look at Atalanta's form from day 27 to day 37. They've only lost 4 points. Wow, holy crap, that's very impressive. Okay, Juventus, okay form. Napoli from day 24 to day 37 have lost only 6 points. It's all green with 3 ties. Look at that. Hellas Verona, yeah, you're right. Look at Hellas Verona's form is just a mess. Starting on day 25 to now. And what about Bologna? Bologna also not great form. So the team with the best form is Atalanta right now, and Napoli.
It's just so unfortunate. Like when you look back at the missed opportunities, like number one, if Juventus, if they didn't give that penalty in Juve Inter, we would be safe right now. Number two, the game that we lost with Sassuolo, the last, like all these little points would be helping us so much. Cagliari, which we just lost. And now we have to go in and play like one of the second team in the table on the last day to make Champions League, and we basically took the hardest possible path just to qualify. So this is not good for our stress levels.
But yet I'm so relaxed. How's that possible?
Because you're not normal, Roy. You never get stressed out.
I was stressed out about the Cagliari game, but I'm so relaxed about this game. All right, guys, let's finish it here. So any last words you guys want to say? Remember, tomorrow, guys, we are going to let me say this.
Roy, I have to head out really quick. I'm sorry. I'm gonna head out right now. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. All right. Before you guys say your last words, I want to say this. Tomorrow we are going to do a watch along of the Coppa Italia final, and we're going to scout that team together. We're going to analyze. I'm very curious to what you guys have to say about the game. So hopefully you can join us, and then we will do on Friday. We're going to do another live, which I'm going to do open line Friday, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the live right away. So if you guys want to just keep on chatting, you're going to have the Rossoneri chat open. So the Rossoneri lives, the scheduled lives are going to be open. So if anybody wants to be here and keep on chatting, after we finish with these streams, with the broadcast, you're welcome to do so. So just so you know, that is an option there. So if you guys want to keep on chatting and doing all that cool stuff. But we're going to end it here today, guys. This was an excellent stream today. We talked about all the things we needed to talk about the Cagliari Milan game. And now we're on to the next one, the last game of the season, the most important game of the season this time. And for some reason, I'm super, super confident, relaxed. We're going to get the result. So Ali and Saif, you guys finish it off. Give us your last words.
Go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, I think I'm confident that we are gonna make it to the Champions League. Yeah, I think we can put in a great performance. We can snitch a win, but Pioli have to stick to his form for his tactics. He don't have to change too much. Maybe if Çalhanoğlu doesn't play well in the first half, then he must fuck off in the second half, and Liao must get in. Yeah, that's all. And as I said, I'm predicting a 3-2-1, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ali. This is on Pioli. He mustn't make any mistakes. All right, Saif, finish it off.
Yeah, the reason I'm so confident is I'm sure Donnarumma, KC, Calabria, these players will remember the 2018, will remember Spal, that 1-point season. I think they're going to use that as a fiery motivation. And also Ibrahimovic being there, he's gonna motivate the players mentally a lot. I really think the team has it in them. Like I keep saying, this season is too good to get finished not good. I can't see the season not happening without qualifying for a Champions League. So let's go. I'm predicting a 3-1, and we can do this. We can.
All right. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, guys, last comments here. Need to open 2 YouTube accounts. Saria, okay. Carlo Moretti, thank you very much. Thank you for always being here with us, Carlo. Carlo, part of the family like everybody else here. When can we dribble the pressure? Possibly this ruin the system so they would not be able to keep the one-on-one. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Saif and Ali, for coming on and giving us your opinions and your 2 cents about what is going on in the Milan universe. We will see you tomorrow. Please join us for the watch along for the Coppa Italia final and for the analysis of Atalanta. And guys, as I said, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to open up the chat. So if anybody wants to say, that the chat is open for all of you guys if you want to keep on talking about Milan or about anything else. Forza Milan, ragazzi! Forza Milan! Vinceremo tutto! Dai!
Forza.
Let's go!
Forza Milan.
Dai,
Ciao,
dai.
Forza Milan.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Ciao, ragazzi.